when the guy down the street, when he was like, I'm going to set up a whole, wiffle ball field in the backyard. He's got it all chalked off and painted and everything. Got a whole, backstop or whatever. And I was like, yeah, yes, let me relive my childhood, please. And I've loved every second of it. I think all the dads feel the same way. We're all like, this is just like when we were kids.
Yeah, like I'm kind of jealous to an extent because that's like I love wiffle ball, but I cannot stand to play baseball. Like I'm just god awful at it. It's like one of those things where like someone's like, "Oh, like how good of an athlete was you in high school?" I was like, "Well, I've got one state championship, a state runner up," and they're like, "Oh, what was that in? Baseball? Oh, you enjoyed playing baseball?" No, I hated it. It's like I was just awful at it. I couldn't bat to save my life. Like, dude,
But you got a state championship.
yeah, but that one was kind of a gimme. I was like a freshman that year, but then my junior year we played right back for it again. So I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know. Just okay. Is baseball a big thing in your state? I guess because like it's always seems like everyone there that hunts was a baseball player.
Yeah, I would say baseball is definitely a big thing here. The town that I grew up in, Texarkana, baseball I would say was our biggest sport. I don't really feel like baseball is the biggest one in Conway. It might be, but soccer's if soccer's not the biggest, it's a close second because there's a lot of really good soccer players in Conway. Um, but I mean they've got a lot of good baseball players too. So I don't know. Our we just did all stars for youth, and I live in Greenbrier, which is just outside of Conway, and two of the age groups from Greenbrier won the All Star tournament in Conway this weekend, and another one got second. And our All Star team, we ended up getting, you know, didn't play for third or fourth, but it would have been third or fourth. And we pushed the team that won, which was the other Greenbrier team. We pushed them the closest. They still beat us 10-2, but we were the closest to them out of any other team.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some good baseball players.
All right. Well, that'll be kind of a little teaser episode there. I'll kick this over. It's got like a 30-second intro now because I did away with the 30-minute one that I felt like I used to have. And so welcome back to another episode of Life Between the Volleys, brought to you by Hunt Proof, making you more successful. Gadwall Whiskey, cheers to the journey. Rixie Outdoors, the best dog stand on the market. Pattern Pros, where simplicity meets results. Recool Dog Vest, the only dog vest we trust. Dirty Duck Coffee, the only coffee you need to get your morning started. Bluebird Waterfowl, changing the game of waterfowl. And Winter Productions, let us tell your story. Okay, I think I got everything unchecked. We'll see. Yep, everything's unchecked. A little teaser there. We're talking sports there to start out this podcast. We'll jump right back into it. The guest tonight is the man of honor, Forrest Carvajal, the co-host of Off the X podcast, owner of Pine Creek Duck Calls, the best J-frame. That's all I got to say.
Appreciate that.
I mean, we're gonna talk duck calls a decent amount and calling ducks because that's kind of I usually pick your brain like crazy whenever I'm in a situation I can't figure something out, and none of my buddies like they give me the same response. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try someone else to see if I get a different answer. But no, man. He just wrapped up a wiffle ball game that was epic, apparently.
Always epic.
Yeah. But no, man. Let's start with what we've been doing recent because I think Callapalooza was a little interesting. I did see you called up there a non-cut down guy, as you call yourself. You're gonna have to quit that or make a shirt, one or the other.
I do need to make a shirt. I need to make a shirt that says "not a cut down guy" and just wear that one to every cut down contest. My wife, funny thing is, she bought for Father's Day. She saw one of those things that pops up on Facebook of this shirt that says "I had potential." And I died. I thought that was the funniest shirt. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard when I saw that shirt. And she bought it for me for Father's Day. I was like, yes. So we were talking earlier about All-Star games. I was like, I'm wearing that. I wore it to my son, my 6-year-old's All-Star tournament. And there was two people that saw it. One of them said, "Does that say had potential?" And I was like, "Yes, it sure does."
Man, that is that's a good shirt. I'll have to get
Yeah,
it.
I
That's a
love it. But yes, as far as the cut down thing goes, I need one that says I'm not a cut down guy because I think I've proven that I could say that I am.
I mean, maybe just a small smidge. What? How did y'all wrap up there at Callapalooza? I kind of forget what you placed, but I know
Yeah.
you did place.
So yeah, so Callapalooza they had the 2-man world cut down contest, and I have never done well in that contest, and it's frustrated me to no end. Like I'm just like, why can't? What's going on? Why can't I figure this out? Never made third round, and this year I had two teammates, JD Mormon and Seth Roussel, and we didn't practice or anything beforehand. I don't think anybody practices beforehand, but we talked the day of and said, okay, this is what we're going to try to do. And me and JD, I can't remember who went first, but me and JD, I thought we sounded really good, and I think we got cut first round. And I was like, I have no idea what happened, why we got cut first round, but okay, whatever. And me and Seth, we made it through the first round. Now, me and Seth have done well in 2-man contests in the past. We've never won one. We've gotten second once or twice, I think, but we've never won one. But we flow together pretty well. So anyhow, we made second round and blew in the second round. I was like, I have no idea. Who knows? Got lucky, made third round. I was like, yes, finally made the third round. We blew in the third round, and I thought it sounded good. I think our second round ended up being better. But then they started, they awarded 5 places. They called fifth, it wasn't us. Called fourth, it wasn't us. Called third, and it wasn't us. Well, Seth had 2 teams also. It was him and Tucker Sherrard was his other team. And that team had not been called out either yet. So we're sitting there and he goes, the MC Charles Petty says, second place, Seth Roussel, and he had this long pause. So I was like, okay, so Seth has already won. So since he took this pause, like this in my head is going this fast, is if he doesn't call my name here, then me and Seth won. But if he calls my name here, Seth and Tucker won. And we got called, me and Seth, for second. And I was like, dang it, dadgum, so close. And Seth and Tucker did get first place. And, congrats to them. Kudos to them. They sounded great. No, complaints there, but I was like, oh, thank goodness. I got the monkey off my back of finally getting to the third round, but it did stink to be like, dang, it'd been nice to win. It'd have been nice to win.
What's the
Maybe next year.
what's the biggest challenge, with doing a 2-man? Because like it's kind of like, well, or maybe like, because we're gonna get into calling it ducks, and like competition calling is not calling ducks, but you're painting a picture when you do a solo. What kind of picture are you trying to paint in a team aspect?
In a team 2-man,
Yeah.
that so you're still painting the same picture, the same exact picture, which is calling ducks from a distance, like you're breaking the ducks. They get closer, you're doing greeting calls. They get closer, you're doing finishing work. Then they start to leave, so you get loud again, and then you repeat the process. And the whole picture that that's supposed to paint is supposed to take the caller and show that they can control the call from the top to the bottom. That's what you're getting scored on and painting that picture. So you're still painting the same picture in a 2-man, but what you're wanting to avoid is calling on top of each other. So you don't want to be hitting the same exact sounds at the same time. You want the judges to be able to distinguish one caller from the other caller. And Cut Down, in my opinion, does the best job of judging the callers by an actual painted picture. If you don't paint the picture in a Cut Down contest, you're probably not going to do well. Even if you show that you've got plenty of control, just like everybody else, the judges for Cut Down contests generally do a better job of saying that sounds like people hunting in the woods or wherever. So, yeah, in the 2-man thing, the worst thing you can do is both be hitting the same notes at the same time. and then you really don't want to do like the same ducks back to back. So, like if he does a fast duck, I need to do a slow duck, or vice versa. If he does, a really deep toned duck, I don't need to do a really deep toned duck back to back. You don't want to sound like each other. So that's the biggest hurdle that you have to get over, and then the fact that you've never performed these routines together. So it feels on stage really slow because you're waiting on the person that's calling to get done. And some guys blow quick cadences, like they blow 5 or 6 note cadences, whereas some guys might blow 9 or 10 note cadences. So you've got to kind of understand, like, okay, around about here's where I need to jump in. And it's fun. It's fun. It's you the guys that are good at it and can do it consistently and do well, they're really good with the control of the duck call.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of you hit some points there I wanted you to hit, and that was sounding like kind of being able to hear multiple callers at the same time. You don't want to be hitting those same notes. Do you think like me and you've talked before about? I didn't mean to jump directly in the competition column, but we're going to be there.
Oh, you're good. Sorry about my nose and allergies, by the way, for everybody that's listening. I can't help it. I live in Arkansas, and it's terrible out here.
I've been in pain for a few days now over that. It's freaking awful. But you talked about like painting that picture and stuff. What about when you look at the how that relates to like calling when you're hunting with someone? We're going to talk hunting solo. We're going to talk hunting with someone. I've heard you like, I guess I don't know what the word is, but like you kind of got a team call. You know what I mean? You got to let the one guy, whoever like starts calling, is kind of that leader. You don't want to kind of be doing the same thing they're doing. You're kind of like feel the noise in behind them. Do you think, like trying the competition call like that and just do that has like helped you on the hunting side?
Yes, it definitely has, because it makes me aware of the other people calling. Like normally you're aware of whoever's you're hunting and calling with, especially if you hunt with them a lot. You understand their tendencies. But even if you don't, if it's somebody that you've never hunted with and you're both out there calling, if you've done stuff like this, you pick up on when to call a little bit better. Like if, ducks will talk over each other. They'll do that. That's fine. But yes, when you're hunting, you're trying to sound like a duck. Yes, but I would rather call those ducks in and sound like absolute garbage and shoot them than be the best sounding duck in the woods and not kill anything. I can't stand it when people are like, "Well, I go out there and sound like a duck." That's great, good for you, because that group of 6 guys over there with 6 cutdowns is going to kill all the ducks that comes in there, because they're going to have the duck's attention, which is more important than sound like a duck. Keeping that attention is more important, and learning the team stuff when you can really hunt with somebody and know how they're calling. Like Tyler and I know what Tyler's sounds he likes to use, and if I'm looking down because the ducks are somewhere above us or around us, I can tell by what he's doing if I can look up or if I need to keep my head down, if I can blow my call or if I need to stay quiet, just because I am more aware of somebody else because of team stuff and paying attention to those tendencies.
Yeah, I haven't learned. I am nowhere near a competition color, but you've talked about it, and I've kind of pushed myself to like just try routines just based off. I think, and I'm positive. Actually, I'm 100% positive it has made me a better caller. That and picking a call that fits me, and we're going to talk about calls in a little while. But yeah, I agree. Like you have to learn. You have to learn like kind of how they react. And I'll tell you something I learned this year, and I'll give it out as a secret. It was on your podcast. Everybody needs to go listen to that. It's Will's episode.
Oh, it's a good episode. Oh, that's a good episode.
I had a dumb idea, and I looked at 2 of my buddies, and I convinced them to do this. And you will know exactly what it is. We had this group of ducks circling and circling, and the problem was we didn't have faith in the plan. That's where we messed up. These ducks kept circling, and they wouldn't drop down into us. We were struggling, and it was just we were hunting them repetitively in the same hole because that's the only hole they kind of wanted, and we were just picking them off slowly every day, one or two, and it was like one of those things where like there's so many that want in here, but we're trying, like, we're not really boogering them, but they're like, this something just doesn't feel right about this.
Yeah.
And we had a group start leaving, and I was like, screw it. Why don't two of you just hammer the guts out of your call? We let them leave, get completely out of sight. Hammered the guts out of their calls. Now the problem here is it's not flat, so we had zero eyesight on them, and we kind of gave up, kind of with the bullshitting, and what came back crawling across the top of the trees? That whole entire group of ducks, and everyone's caught pants down, screwing around. I was like, shit, that worked. I was like, that's a trick that I will remember, and I never got another chance really to use it. I mean, I've used it before. I've gotten lucky and like get to listen to people like on your podcast, Will and Steven, and just you talk about calling it ducks, and it's kind of why I want to do this. But like, dude, listen to people talk about how they call it ducks. You can pick up a little, like, you don't have to sound that great. I remember like the first set of ducks I broke, I just threw a Hail Mary on the only cut down I use now, which is a Singleton LA, and weld the guts out of it. And they broke and spun them. My buddy looked at me and goes, you're using that call forever. That's your call. He goes, don't use another one. I'm pretty much only allowed to use your call and Singletons. Like if I pick up another call, they kind of look at me like, what are you doing? I have 3 sets of of those sets on 3 different lanyards with different goose calls, just depending on what we're doing. But I found calls that fit me. I know how to use those calls. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you have to listen to like this podcast like that to like get like, hey, this works. I tried other stuff that he mentioned in that podcast. We ain't gonna say all the secrets. You got to go listen to it. Some of it works. Some of it did not work. It did.
I can't remember everything that he talked about. Well, I mean, I can't. But I mean, especially when they're leaving, you've got nothing to lose. Throw everything at them. I mean, you got nothing to lose.
And I took one from Steven Eisen this year too. No one. It's middle of summer. I don't really care at this point. No one will know where I was, but we had a point. I mean, I hunted Arkansas, Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. So no one knows technically where this was. We let a lot of ducks land in one of those states and leave. And when I say a lot, I mean it was in the 500 range. It was it was like one of those things. Dude, to be honest, I've seen a lot of ducks in Arkansas. They just did not want anything to do with me. Granted, there was no water for them to want to do anything with me when I was there.
We've got a lot of ducks. They ain't on public.
No, you can. I don't know. There was a few days. Yeah, you get close enough to private, you can see a lot of ducks. But y'all had no water last year. We're not going to talk about Arkansas because I did shoot ducks in Arkansas. Actually, I had buddies down there that shot a decent amount of ducks.
Good. I'm glad.
They worked their ass. Well, Will, you did work your ass off, but man, I don't know how. Like, it was like every day he was like, just go try where we were. And I was like, not worth it. Day later, he goes back there and shoots more ducks. I was like, son of a gun, I should have took his advice yesterday. I was like, we were bouncing around just trying different things. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I think like being willing to try something and like pay attention to what's going on around you. You talked about hearing Tyler, how Tyler's calling. Where it is. A lot of times, like if you're a newer hunter, whoever's blowing the duck call, just look at them. Don't look up. Just look up. Just look at them because they're going to follow the ducks the whole entire time. They're going to know when they can move and when they can't.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was crazy. We hunted with a buddy who, of one of my buddies, and he hit his son there, and it was awesome. His son got to shoot a teal right off the rip, water swat it.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, we're good. We're going to turn guns loose now. And I mean, it was like an icy morning. So I was like, I looked at him. I was like, dude, this might not work. And we were between 2 groups. And if the one group had not sky busted out a set of ducks, we probably would have left there with about 4 or 5 more. And we left with a good amount for West Virginia. And it was one of those things that I watched him all that morning because he told his son that. He's like, hey, just watch Will. And I watched him, and he doesn't blow a duck call, nothing. But him and his boy would sit there and watch my buddy, and they knew every time where the birds were at every moment. And I'm like,
yep.
I'm like, man, that's all you got to do. I was like, and you can listen. And if you think about it, like you said, listen to how someone calls, you'll know when they're finishing birds by their sound.
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially once they do it once, if you're watching them and paying attention and they light some birds, you're going to know because they're going to probably try to do it, finish them the same exact way every time.
yes.
But yes, another thing, if there's two of you and you're both calling or whatever, don't stand next to each other. You need to be on the ends. One of you needs to be on the right, one of you needs to be on the left. Whoever's on the right side, you need to be looking left. Whoever's on the left side, you need to be looking right. That way, when the duck is swinging around one of you, you can see he's going to bark again. Here's somebody just got home.
Oh, it's fine.
That way, nobody's looking and spinning their heads. You just one can see, and the other caller can watch their eyes, and you can give little clues. That's how we do it in the rice field pits. If we've got two guides together, which really helps with geese because you're constantly calling with specs. It seems like it's just like you never shut up. So it's kind of hard to be like, where are they at? Because you just don't shut up. So you're calling and you're looking across the blind at the other guy, and they can either tell you to be quiet or they can just do this, and you can send signals to each other. But yeah, if there's two of you, be on the ends. That way you can look and you're not having to move too much. That's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, it's definitely something I think I'm bad about because I just want to stand near someone so I can talk to somebody. It's kind of a habit. I mean, you're out there for socializing. I mean, let's be honest. No one's out there to like literally shoot a bunch of ducks. You're there to socialize. I mean, you might go shoot a bunch of ducks. You got now. They don't even count no more.
I don't. I mean, you say that you're there to socialize, and I love hunting by myself. Well, me and my dog by ourselves. That's I love that.
I know. I got to figure that out. I got to figure out why I don't love doing that. I do like
That's the other thing. Watch the dang dog. If you've got a dog
Oh,
there that knows what it's doing, you ain't got to watch anything else because that dog once he locks on to something, oh, they ain't gonna. They're gonna stay on them birds.
that's how my buddy, who's got a pup out of my female, he was like, he told me coming back from Arkansas, he's like, dude, he finally figured it out. I go, did he? And
Oh, love that.
he's like, dude, he was locking on the birds. They hunted a field like their last day, and he's like, dude, he just started locking on the birds because we've all been bullshitting around talking and like had my female in between us, and then all of a sudden like everyone freezes, and I'm like, why'd everybody shut up? And I turn and look, and her eyes are up and her head's up. And I was like, shit, we're busted. I was like,
Yep.
something bad's happened. And she does not like, she does not like sharing her retrieves. She proved that last year a little bit. We shot two, and I tried to send her, and I was ready to beat her ass. There was a duck left and a duck right, and they both hit. She looked left, brought her head back right, and I sent her, and she immediately come off that stand left, like, nope, he's not getting it. And I like bolted past her. It was my buddy's dog, which is her pup. Bolted past him, like, nope, you're not getting this one. I'll go and get
This is for mom.
Yep. I mean, it's just fun to watch his personalities come out. And then my other female, she'll retrieve. I don't know. She's in the States. We're gonna talk a little bit of dogs too tonight. My wife told me the other day we have 4 kittens. Well, they're like teenage cats now at this point.
Oh boy.
And 2 of them are staying. 2 of them are going back to my parents' barn. And the other day I looked outside, and my wife goes, "Don't ever tell me that dog won't pick up anything and retrieve." I was like, "Why?" She goes, "She's carrying kittens around in the yard." I was like, "Well, I mean, I need her to get a little more feisty." Like, I was like, "She hasn't killed one yet, has she?" She goes, "No." And I was like, "Okay, well, she's got soft mouth. Like, I mean, that's what I want. I don't want her to rip something up. Like, she's training. She's outside putting in the work."
What's she doing with the kittens?
She just carries them around and then sets them back down. Like, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she's trying to mother them. It's hilarious when she does it.
Oh my gosh.
I laugh about
That's
it.
funny. That is funny.
Yeah. And like they don't even like she'll set one down and it'll just lay there and like bat at her and like play. I'm like, you're an idiot, cat. Like she could easily chomp down and you're dead. Like but hey. It's whatever. But let's go into, you do like hunting solo.
I love it.
And
yeah.
If you're gonna hunt solo, what's your favorite way? What's your favorite calls to make? If you're hunting solo, how are you gonna call? You're solo. You don't have anyone around you. We'll pretend like you actually have an open spot all by yourself. How are you gonna start out calling that morning?
So that scenario happened this year, a couple times actually. And the first one, I never start off just super aggressive because it's really not my style. Um, but I will start out first thing in daylight. If there's birds flying around, then I will try to sound just natural, like just quacks, throw some cadences in, throw some feet in, and just make noise. That's all I'm doing because I can't see great. They can't see great. They're going to come to the noise. Um, then as the sun comes up and they can start seeing better, and I can start seeing them and how they're reacting, I will get a little bit louder just because everything can see better and I can see at a distance and I can see if I'm flaring them. So I'll start off being louder because I can pull it back. And if they'll listen to it, then great. If they don't, then obviously I pull it back down. I'll be quieter. And there will come a point to where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make a sound. And I had to do that this one hunt. This was the first week of duck season. I was calling it ducks, and I could get them to respond a little bit, but once they got close and started circling, if I called at them, no, they didn't want that. They didn't want that. So that's, I mean, that comes into reading the birds. You got to figure out how to read the birds. So I got mad and I was like, fine, I'll put my duck call in my pocket. You don't want to hear me, I won't hear you either. So I put my call in the pocket, and some would come by. I might get their attention, and then once they started circling, I would just be quiet. I was like, well, let's see what happens. Well, some came in that way. I'm not if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I stuck with that. It seems like that scenario happened more often this year than the scenario of I'm not getting them to listen to what I'm doing. Being quiet's not working. Let me just throw every loud noise at them that I can. Normally, that'll happen once or twice in a season for me. That never happened this year, not one time. The Drake whistle definitely helped. Like if all else fails, pick up a Drake whistle. It it's not really loud enough to scare them. And I've never had a situation where I've been blowing it and thought, you know what, I think I flared that bird with that Drake whistle. That's never really happened to me. So that's the way I go about it. Nothing much else.
No secret sauce. It's just plain and
I
dry.
don't.
Read the
Yeah,
birds. I mean, you're just
yeah. If you can read the birds, that's the best thing. I mean, if you figure out how to read the birds and what their body language is, and it takes being around ducks. It takes being around ducks. If you haven't been around them, then it's going to take a minute. And yeah, that also goes back to like, well, you have to watch the birds to read the birds. And if you're hunting in a group, and what we said earlier is like, don't be loud or don't be calling over your buddy or whatever. So it's an experience thing as far as reading birds. Uh,
I think I took a short
Part of it.
stint one year hunting with some buddies that they didn't call. So I wasn't a good duck caller, and I learned so much about ducks without a call that I think it made me a lot better hunter. Like there's one particular place or one if I hunt with one buddy, actually two of my buddies, actually there's three buddies that I will legit call under them. I will not try to. If I get loud, it's because they did not hear me. Hey, you need to get on them.
Uh,
Outside of that, I will just look at him and be like, hey, get on him a little bit. Here he comes. Start feeding and I'll just sit there and watch him. And I've watched them finish birds with me just saying that, like, hey, you're the better caller. You make the noises because I know I can't. I've gotten honestly practicing competition calling has helped my feeder improve a bunch.
Good.
I mean, but it's one of those things where, like you said, you have to watch birds, and I got to watch a lot of birds. I mean, we started out the year killing birds with not making a sound. A lot of
Yeah.
them were a lot of birds that committed didn't make a sound. I made a lot of mistakes on days where probably should have had a 4-man, 5-man, and a high O, and we left with a 2-man. It could have been decoys, it could have been shooting was a little bit of it, and just when you start hunting 1,000, 2,000 ducks, and they're kind of going to look at you all day long, those same ones, like it's not easy, and it's hard. Like if they don't like originally the setup, it's going to be a rough day all day long, especially if they don't like
Yeah.
where you're setting at, and you're just sitting in a field trying to run traffic on them too.
Yeah. I'd say this for me, those instances where I was quiet or had to be quiet to get them to get in and commit was always somewhere that was an open terrain deal. Uh, and being able to see the decoys helped. So it's like if they can see decoys and they can see ripples, they're going off their eyes more than they are their ears. So let that be what brings them in, their eyes. Um, I don't think there's ever really been a time when I've been in the woods where it seems like they listen more than they look, and the being quiet has been the thing. Honestly, hunting in the woods and the flooded timber down here in Arkansas, I've had more times when I'm blowing the duck call that they're trying to land right down the tree that I'm sitting on. Like they're trying to land on top of that sound
Yeah,
because that's what they can't see as good in there, so they're going by their ears more. Um, so if you are hunting a more open place, you've got a bunch of decoys out. Let your decoys work for you, especially once they get to working, and just use your call as that. They get a little too wide, you hit them. That's basically all you need the call for when they're getting out there. But that's kind of how this year went.
yeah, because I mean they will. I mean you get a solo drake or solo hen. I mean it's honestly the best thing ever to learn as a new person or someone hunting, or just a reminder for you for anyone is when they start circling and they're even a goose. A goose will really teach it to you because you can really see their head sticking out. And when they start moving that head side to side and examining everything in front of them, you're like, yep, they're looking for a sound. They're 100%
Yep.
looking for where that sound comes from. And if they do not see it, it's not good. It's not good because they're just not going to finish because they're like, this is weird. I can't figure it out. But decoy wise, if you're gonna hunt, are you running any type of motion? Spinners,
Yeah. If
jerk
I
string.
can, yes. So we can run motion decoys everywhere in Arkansas now, except for the NWRs. But honestly, that might change soon. I can't remember. But yes, I mean, if it's allowed, I take it
I think I think
because
you could run spinners
I
last year in the NWRs.
can you.
I mean, I know it hasn't been 6 years, but I'm kind of hoping you can.
I don't think you could. You maybe you could. I don't know. I didn't hunt. Did I hunt on the NWR this year?
I
Yeah, I
mean,
did.
we probably better bleep out that right there. I'll probably just.
I don't think you can. I don't think you could
Oh,
this year. I don't think you could use spinners and motion decoys. I think it was only allowed to be a jerk string on the NWRs. You'll have to look that up. But anyhow,
I just looked at.
WMA's private ground. Yes, I will take all of it. And I've talked about this on my podcast and on my Instagram lives that I do, talking with other guides. The height of that spinner makes a difference. It makes a difference. And playing with that because I had to learn. I guided this year and I guided 95% rice fields, and I had to learn how to hunt that stuff because I am not a rice field hunter. And I bought spinners that had a remote because we were also hunting geese, and geese will not come to spinners. They ain't going to do it. If that spinner's spinning, they're not getting close. So I had to have those. And I went all out and I bought the lucky ducks that you turn them off and the wings will go white down, black on top. I did have a few things that I had to fight with those, but got it all worked out, got the kinks all worked out, so they're good. But yes, the height of the spinners matters. Personally, I like them as low as I can get them. That's what worked best for me. And as far as when you're hunting ducks in water and you can put out butt kickers and splashers and whatever gizmo you've got, um, those Avian X butt kickers, those are dandy. I like those a lot.
Yeah, I haven't got to use those yet. I
Those are good.
I
Those are
did,
good.
I did spend the money this year, and I joined you in the purchasing of Lucky Duck XDIs. One of our mutual friends, Nathan Marks with Hunt Proof. I was out there with them, and they pulled out two brand new ones, and they were screwing with them. And I was like, oh man, those things, like I've got the old school Lucky Ducks. They're fine. They're fine. We went to head to Arkansas, and like 2 weeks before that, I kept having battery issues, like motors. I was replacing parts, replacing all kinds of stuff on them. And I finally just went, screw it. These things are done. I think I sold them to my brother-in-law, both of them. I sold them to my buddy Harrison, I think maybe. I had like 4, and I was like, 3 of them are working. 1 is a spare parts. Sold them, went and bought brand new ones, the XDIs. My wife probably doesn't even know how much those cost. Good thing she doesn't listen to this. They're paid for by now, so that's positive. But yeah, PayPal credit is a great thing if you're a hunter.
How many did you get?
I bought 2.
Bought 2?
Yeah. Yeah. Derek tried to convince me I needed to buy 4 or 6. And I was like, dude, I can't financially afford that. Like, I was like, I'm bad enough about buying a new boat every 2 years. Like, I don't need to add that to my debt. Which
I'm an odd numbers guy. So for me, it was 3 or 5. That was the number I was deciding between. It always has to be an odd number to me.
Well, to make it worse, I will not admit, but I will admit off to this, and I will not tell. You know what tool it is. Just don't say it. Or maybe Todd knows what it is. Somebody hunted with one up here that I know is used in Arkansas a lot. It used ever a lot by private land and guide guys for the decoys. And someone had one, and I was like looking at it, and my one buddy who was coming to Arkansas with us was like, hey, you need to keep talking about that, because if you do, Nathan's gonna have one in his cart in about 15 minutes. Before we left that hunt, I'd already purchased one. I was like, I'm an idiot. It's a Perfect Limits. I'll tell you that. They won't tell you what it is.
Oh,
yeah, one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I love that thing.
That's called being lazy.
It is called. It killed a lot of ducks, and people can suck it because I love that thing. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, that
you can use it on public land here.
Yeah, but I don't want people buying them up here anymore, because it was. I mean, we killed 90 some ducks or more over top of it. I mean, those things. I'll sell the XIDs, and I'll sell the spinners and buy another one of those. Like, that is. We ran multiple times. We ran both of them. We'd run 2. I mean,
yeah.
I've actually figured out. I think I haven't tested it, how I can run 3 jerk. Well, I just said jerk strings. Basically, it's an auto jerker since I screwed that up. But yeah, I can.
If they look at Perfect Limits, they're going to know exactly what it is. I mean,
I will say this much:
their
customer service is great, because I was in a pissy mood one morning because I couldn't get it to work because someone had clicked the button on it, and because it has 2 off buttons, and I couldn't get it turned on, and I was pissed. And at 4:30 here, which would be about 3:30 y'all's time, they started answering questions that I was asking, and I was like, because I was in a bad mood. I was like, his phone number, like there was a phone number on their Instagram. I was like, looked at someone. I was like, what do you think the odds are this thing is their cell phone number? And I was like, I'm trying it. And I like text it, and he's like, send me a video. And I was like, okay, got you, buddy. I sent him a video of it. He had it fixed in 30 seconds and sent me a link.
That's awesome.
Sent me a link to a video. I was like, I feel like an idiot now. I was like, huh. Well.
Hey, as you can feel like an idiot all you want, as long as it's an easy fix.
Yes, and it was funny.
I'd much rather feel like an idiot than have to be like, dang, I'm an idiot and I'm having to pay extra to get this thing fixed.
Well, you know how it is, like when like something's not working and like you're like, we need this to work, and you get in a pissy mood, and then you got your buddy who like just is like, he's like not ready to put up with your attitude because it's early in the morning and he's tired of your attitude already, and we're on opposite end of the blinds, and it like got fixed, and like 20 minutes later he goes, are we gonna talk now? And I was like, fine, we'll talk.
That sounds exactly like my buddy Zach and Corey, my best friends from Texarkana that I hunt with. We try to hunt at least a couple times during every duck season, and now we do a turkey trip every year with each other. They know me. They know that I have a quick trigger, and I will be like, "It's over. We're done. This is stupid. Why in the world are we here? I can't believe this crap. We're so unlucky." They know that I'm going to do that probably every hunt. Probably it's going to happen at least every hunt. It seems like, and they'll roll their eyes and be like, "Here he goes again."
I have done that. I've done that and spent $500 in 5 minutes because I'm just in a bad mood, and I'm like, okay, what would have fixed this problem? This would have done. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. banking the Cabela's points right now because luckily Max Periwings is now a part of Cabela's, and I'm buying an ice heater because I came back home to frozen water and I got really unhappy.
Yeah, if you've got private land and you can put an ice heater out and you don't have one, that's your own fault. I mean, it's just your own fault.
Yeah. It's we froze. I mean, we froze our whole entire river froze here. So basically, the high river was lock solid.
Yeah,
You know how big that is. That's not a small.
no, that's colder than I want to be.
I mean, it wasn't too bad outside of the water, but yeah, we can. I can get a real ethics thing that will have you just as mad as I was mad about people hunting a river when it's like that because A, it's stupid. B, you can't you can think about it. You can't retrieve every bird you shoot, right? Because they're going to land on the ice. You can't get up on
Yeah.
that ice. It's not frozen. Half of them couldn't even put boats in. They were hunting from kayaks. I mean, there was multiple. I heard multiple stories of people like, yeah, there were like ducks laying out on the ice getting ate by crows because we couldn't get to them. I'm like,
No, I don't like that. I don't care. There's some people that get mad here when we get a freeze, and people will get out and they'll hunt. In the only places like that the birds can go. Like the last 2 years in January, we've had a good freeze, and that's when a lot of public land guys kill their ducks.
yep,
All the private land stuff freezes up. The only places that they can go is deeper water or the rivers, and they'll go there. And the public land guys know it's going to happen, and they'll go and they'll shoot them up. And there's people that get upset, like, man, you need to let those birds be. You need to let them rest. They got nowhere to go. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. And yeah, I get that side of it, but also like the guys that are no, not all of them, but there's a lot of guys that's the only good hunts they're having that year. I'm not going to get mad at those guys that go out there and shoot 5 or 6 days worth of limits when the rest of the season they've only killed 7 ducks.
yeah,
I'm not. Who am I to get mad at them for that?
yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I mean, my thing wasn't like I didn't give a crap they were shooting them. I was like, dude, you can go shoot them. I've shot.
You
My
better get them
birds.
back.
Yeah, it was they weren't getting them back, and I knew and like different people and like I even said something to one of my buddies about it. He was like, yeah, and he really just didn't like acknowledge it. But I was like, dude, I know there's birds leaving. What y'all have open? What water you've opened on that river? There's birds flying out of it that are definitely you're not getting. Like there's just no way. Like there's no possible way. I've hunted before, and this is my first ever black duck. I shot, flew up the river. You can get mad about it all you want. Come visit me. All you gotta do is come visit me, Forrest. If you'll come visit us in October. We shot one last year in October.
Really?
Yep, my brother-in-law did. Yep. I mean, it looked nice. I mean, we're the black duck capital of the world. Ohio is. I mean,
Is it really?
That's what I'm gonna claim it as. I mean,
I thought I was about to say. I think New Jersey, New York kills a lot more black ducks.
do you want to go to New
But I
Jersey?
could be wrong.
They probably do, but do you want to go visit those states, or would you rather come to like an Ohio or West Virginia?
I do have a buddy in New York, Jack's Reef, New York, and I want to go hunt with him over there. I really, really want to. I mean, it's cool to say I shot ducks in New York. I think that's cool to say.
I've got my buddy the other day. We were just talking. He's got a connection to New Jersey that we're kind of looking at a place.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too. Which you're a whole lot closer than I am.
I learned today because I was talking on the phone with Ryan from Pattern Pros. We were bullshitting back and forth, and I was like, he said something. I was like, dude, are you going to come shoot your black duck this fall? And I think he's debating on coming up this winter and trying to shoot a black duck.
Ryan is fun to hunt with. He's fun to hunt with.
I love BSing with him, and he was like, how far away is it? And I was like, well, where are you at? And we're like, he's like, I looked it up. I was like, you're 8 hours away. I was like, that's not even that far. He's like, yeah. I was like, dude, it's farther for me to get to Arkansas where we hunt at. I was like, it's 10 and a half to get to Arkansas.
That's a ways. That's a ways.
It's, to be honest, my worst experience, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about Arkansas. My worst experience in Arkansas was last year, and it was the fact that someone did not follow the 4 a.m. rule. We had found birds. and we followed the rule, and it just pissed me off to no end.
Yeah, that
I mean, and the thing
it's
was,
okay if you get beat fair and square, but when you
yes,
don't get beat fair and square, somebody cheats. That's yeah, that
I'm not going to race to somewhere, but we had been there for 6 days, and we should have already found those birds. We left that area, then came back to it, and I mean, those guys, when we met them at the ramp, they tried to like chit chat with us, and I thought my one buddy was going to tell them to go to a new place, and
yeah.
like he kind of refrained from it, and I was like, "Thank you for refraining from that. We're going home. We're getting the truck drive home. I don't really." And then when I seen they were from like Alabama, I was like, "Oh, you should have laid your ass into them." And the
I was
thing,
about to say, were they from Arkansas or
no,
not? And they weren't. So
no, we actually made friends with a guy from Arkansas. He basically come behind us. We went one way. One boat went one way. One boat went the other way, and then we came back because obviously they were there.
yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna go do my due diligence to make sure they're setting on those birds, and they were. And I was like, they're hunting them. So we came back. We went over and hunted another spot. And he like rolled up on us, and I was like, yeah, man. And like we weren't really talking. And then I finally told him, I was like, dude, like we found a lot of birds over there. I'd rather you'd met up with us and came over there and hunted because we all would have got to shoot birds today. I think we shot one or two wood ducks where we hunted, but like he was cool. It was funny because like he shows up, hunts with us, we feed him breakfast and everything. He goes, you ain't gotta feed me breakfast. I was like, dude, we have the food. It's here. Like it ain't like we're
yeah.
gonna cook it. One of us is gonna eat it. You might as well eat it. It was just he was super cool. He was from like northeast Arkansas, I think.
Okay.
He had drove down. But yeah. And the thing was, they legally could have hunted it and beat us there. All they had to do was put it in at a different ramp. But
Yeah.
they put it in at a ramp that they technically couldn't have put in at yet before 4 a.m. That's all it was.
Mhm.
You were the first one there. All you had to do was sit in front of us. You could have sat where we pulled up and parked at till 4
Yeah.
a.m. And I'd have been like, okay, congratulations. You get it.
Dang, that stinks.
Yeah.
That
But
stinks.
that's all I'll say. If I say anything else, I'll just like hate on Arkansas a little more. But
Well, you won't bother me.
no, I love coming there. The culture is what it's about. It's not about killing ducks.
I would say it's different, but I mean, I've hunted one day out of the state of Arkansas, and it was across the line in Texas, in Texarkana once. So basically, still hunting Arkansas. You know.
Yeah. I will say I'm a little sad. I like last year. Well, now I definitely can't do it. I've kicked around the rocks so many times about driving down and like meeting up with like Todd opening weekend and stuff and hunting with him, and just like me and my one buddy who met Todd originally with me the first time I met Todd, just like getting our trucks driving down. Like we don't even care if we shoot anything. Just come down and chill with you guys. But now we definitely can't do that considering that they outlawed non-residents from WMAs. I guess now for the first week.
No,
I thought you did the
no,
first split.
no. It's just Black River the first
Oh,
week.
oh, yeah.
It's just
Well, I've
Black River the first
definitely
week.
never gone there. I've
Huh?
made. I'll never go to that area. YouTube has
I've
decided.
I've never been. I've never been. I would like to go once to say that I've been there, but let's be a little happier here and talk about Todd because Todd's awesome. I love Todd to death. I hunted opening day with Todd last year, and it was so much fun. And I gave him so much grief because there was one guy that did the scouting, and he found a spot. He's like, "All right, I found ducks. Who all's going?" I didn't know the man. I know him now. I like him a lot. Hunted with him twice last year, and we had a lot of fun. I wish I could have hunted with him more. But anyhow, he's like, I found them. I know where they're at. I'm gonna go get the spot Friday before duck season. I'll sit there all day. Who's gonna come and relieve me and sit there at night? And I was like, I'll do it. You know, me and a buddy, Corey, he was going to come down. I don't know if he's ever hunted opening day of duck season before. He usually ends up missing it. So he's like, I want to come hunt opening day. I was like, well, if you're coming with me, you got to pay rent. So we're sleeping in the hole. So he was like, okay, that's fine. So we slept in the hole, and Todd was like, I'll bring y'all breakfast. I'll bring you breakfast the next day. I was like, okay, that's fine. Bring me breakfast. And he, Todd and them, they got there, and by the time he tried to get the stuff out to cook, it was shooting time. So for the rest of the hunt, I was like, man, bacon would be great right about now. You know, you make sure you say it loud enough. to where he's on the other end, to where he could hear it and everybody else hears it and everybody's cracking up about it. That was the running joke that day. It was like somebody mentioned they were going to bring breakfast and somebody didn't get breakfast.
Yeah, like
But
that.
yeah, I love hunting with Todd. I've hunted with him a few times, and not once have we had a bad time. We've gone a couple times, only killed one or two, but it's always a good time with Todd.
I
Always.
I think I've hunted 2 or 3 times with Todd, and we've killed one duck, and it's been some of my funnest hunts in Arkansas.
Yeah.
What kills me about Todd is I met Todd through you guys. It was
Yeah.
randomly you guys were talking about it, and I bought the dog stand because I was like,
It's a
I'm gonna
good
go to
dog stand.
Arkansas. I'm gonna buy the dog stand, and then I was like, well, like he was like, hey, if you're ever this way, hit me up. We're driving down there, and I just shoot him a message like, hey, yeah, I'm leaving West Virginia, driving to Arkansas. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. He's like, okay, meet me here tomorrow morning. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, just meet me here. And I'm like, okay. My wife's like, you're just meeting some random guy. I was like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. I was like, the
I've already paid him.
best clue I have at this point. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm doing. And it was,
Yeah, Forrest won't answer the phone during duck season.
yeah, he really won't. Like, yeah, he's too stuck up. But it was funny because like, so we meet him and he's got another guy with him, which was super nice. Also, I don't remember the guy's name. And we like go to the spot and we take my boat and I'm like, he goes to get in. I was like, you want to drive? He's like, what? And I was like, well, I've never been like, he's like, he's like, you can drive. I'm like, oh, I'd feel better if you drove. And he was like, no, drive. I smoked something at about 5 feet on like a cypress knee. I'm like, great, that's good. This guy's gonna be like, why am I hunting with this guy?
Yeah.
And like, I get us up there to where we're going and stuff. And he gets out and he's like, hey, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and walk this way. And I was like, okay. So we take off walking, and next thing I know, Todd's gone. And I'm like, where did Todd go to? And now it's just me, my buddy, and this other guy walking together in the woods. And like, I guess like I wasn't looking around and there was another headlamp that he seen. So he just left us and took off walking. So like we get up there and it was funny because like I'd listened to enough podcasts from different people and stuff that like I didn't want to shoot a wood duck. I didn't want to pull up and pull the trigger on a wood duck and get yelled at.
Yeah.
And he like all morning long he kept going like, you can shoot, like, well, y'all should try to shoot all these wood ducks. And I was like, I mean, I don't want to piss anybody off. Like, and like finally he started shooting at him. I was like, okay, I'll try to shoot one now then, I guess. Like, well,
Yeah.
but it was funny because like I remember like these Canadian geese went flying by and I was like, oh, like look at him. I literally took off my Canadian call because I was like, I will never hear Canadian down there. I take one now every time and it stays on.
Locals.
And they're like, and they're talking up a storm, and I'm like, man, I was like, I could probably convince those to come over here. Like, I'm a decent enough caller that I could probably convince them to give us one swing. Todd like looks at me and goes, man, I'd almost tried those if I'd have seen them coming. I'm like, they're at like 80 yards, and he's like, well, they weren't going to get no closer. And I was like, well, I mean, if we had a call, they might have got closer, but I mean, but he was.
That's just how we treat Canada's around here.
Yes, it is. I've been told if I want to find out secrets in Arkansas, it's black ducks and Canadian geese. We'll get you somewhere. Or it might be Canadian geese for like Mississippi people. I don't know. Someone's a fan.
I don't know about Canada's. Black ducks, yes. I don't know about Canada's because
We shot 8.
we've got a lot of locals. We have a lot of local geese, and if you really want to shoot a Canada goose, then you can do the local thing and shoot them. And quite a few bands are killed that way.
They're fun to shoot. I do like to listen to them plop on water. I mean,
Yes.
when they do it dirty, when
Yes.
Canada geese do it dirty in your lap, it is one of the great. Oh, man.
I know. See, I like hearing them hit dry ground. I've never actually targeted Canada geese on dry ground, and that would be cool to do it because I'm like, I mean, you're shooting a 747. You get them lined up coming at you. I'm like, that would be fun.
The best hunt I ever had was a 40 piece, 8-man limit, and it's one and done. Never gonna happen again. The farmer was like, he wasn't mad about it. He was like, oh, I think you took care of them, and I'm like, as we're wheeling out these 40, I'm like, dude, I could sit here and shoot another 40. Like, it was just
Oh wow.
local young birds. They had never been hunted in that spot, and it was one of the greatest things ever. Like, shoot into them. I'd immediately get my call back in my mouth. Me and my buddy would, and I'm like telling the guy beside me, I'm like, reload my gun. These are coming back. I was like,
Oh
and
my
they would swing.
gosh.
They would get about 100 yards away, swing around, and come right back into your lap. And I'm like, well, let's finish off the rest of the pack that got out. Like,
Unbelievable.
I think
Unbelievable.
we shot 40 and 8 bands.
That's awesome.
And one of the bands was so old, you literally could, like, a guy took his finger and opened it. Like, it was so soft. And I was
Wow.
like, dude, like, put that in your pocket. And he was like trying to put it on his bag. I was like, dude, put that in your pocket. It's going to fall off. Like, that thing's old.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's pretty neat.
it was definitely one of the coolest. Since then, dude, I haven't hardly shot Canadas. I mean, they either got I think they all got smart around here. They've all learned
Locals
about,
get smart. I think local Canada geese are hard to kill.
and like they're so big, people like target them and they start sky busting at them, and then
Yeah.
they're just tough. But let's get back over the calling a little bit, because I told you we was going to chase some rabbits, as I know
Yeah, oh,
you
I
like to
love it. I
do.
always chase rabbits.
And it doesn't help I'm drinking. Have you had the Gadwall yet?
I have not. I keep telling myself I need to try it.
How close is Todd to you? Todd's got about all this. I sent him.
He's in Little Rock, so he's 35, 40 minutes away.
Oh, that's close enough. Tell Todd you need a
Oh,
pour.
yeah.
Tell Todd you need a pour one night. He's got a bottle of the cask. It's if he can't get you one, I'm hopefully not ratting out anything. I'm hopefully about to do some more work with them, and if I do, he was like, we'll talk about like payment and stuff, and I was like, dude, we'll work out like a system of where I just get bottles, because there's 3 brand new bottles over there. This one's empty.
Dang. So you like it. You like it a
Oh,
lot.
dude, it is. I got friends that I've gave a lot of bottles away right now. I mean,
Yeah?
I ordered one for Todd and sent it to him, and the guy was like, he was like, well, I'll just send it to you and you ship it to him. I was like, dude, it'd be easier if I just ordered one and sent it to him. So like, I paid for one for Todd because he does freaking a ton of stuff for me anyways. With let me have some pretty cool products and stuff he has. Which, have you checked? Have you
Yeah.
got the new hitch
No,
set up yet?
not yet. I don't really have many opportunities to use it. I don't train my dog the way that I should, which funny thing, we just recorded a podcast with a dog guy, and that'll be coming out I don't know when. But he messaged me and said, "Why don't you take?" Because I have 2 sons, and he said, "Why don't you take your dog Owen and let your sons run him in started contests or started trials? Because he'll pass it, but your kids can keep the ribbons and they can put those in their rooms." And I was like, "Well, that's a brilliant idea. Why have I not even thought of that? Like I needed a dog guy to tell me that, but I was like, that's a great idea because started's easy. It's 1 mark in the water. It's 1 mark on dry ground. I just got to get Owen used to being around or bringing the ducks back to the boys instead of
Yeah.
just bringing everything back to me, and I think he'll be able to pass it. So that's the goal for this fall is for them to run him in started trials and see if he can
Dude,
pass it
that'd be so
or they
cool.
can pass it.
That'd be so cool, because I got 2 little boys also. But man, we just don't have like all our competitions are either in the Carolinas out here or way up north, or I got to come all the way out to where you guys are.
Yeah, that's a trick.
Yeah.
That's a
So I
trick.
mean, my dogs are like, and I learned with my second and third dog, because for some reason I decided to get one in every collar. I don't have
Which color is your favorite?
well, it's unfair because my
It's not unfair.
original chocolate female Brandy. I don't know, man. Everybody that hunts with her's like, dude, I love that dog. She's British. She's big. She last year started getting lippy with us if we'd missed ducks, and it was one of the funniest things ever. She'd get real whiny in the mornings. I'm like, what is her problem? And you shoot one, she'd be fine the rest of the day, but she'd get a little whiny in the mornings, like. And I mean, I've had her get, like, when she was younger one time, I about literally blew my buddy's eardrums out. We were hunting layout blinds, and she was over our shoulders. And I turned on her bark collar on that Garmin because I just could not take that whining anymore, and lit her in half. And she hasn't done it since then. And now I think it was more of a, she'd been having to share a lot of retrieves with my youngest female, the black one. I don't know, the yellow one. I'm a fan of her too, which is bad. The yellow one, she stayed like, she's at my mom and dad's. Which, okay, here's the thing: if you had a litter of pups, would you be willing to let one go to a home that was slightly questionable, or would you rather keep it yourself?
I keep it myself.
Okay, that's how I ended up with my third.
Yeah.
My mother in law was trying to sell it, and I was like, I don't want these people owning this dog. Like,
Yeah.
no, like I know where 3 of the pups went to out of that litter. One of my buddies got a yellow male. He's a freaking crackhead for water, and he's gonna be like, if it's his first dog owning for duck hunting. And Will, I love you, man. You get him wrangled in, you're talking about a jam up freaking big dog. I mean, he is massive. He's twice the size of both of his sisters that are hunting.
Jeez.
And then there's a chocolate female guy I bought who, man, I cannot think of his name right now, but he lives not far from my house. I've had him bring that thing over, and she's like her mom. Jam up. He just doesn't. He's like, man. He goes, and I didn't do a good job. I should have got him out hunting one time last year. He's dove hunted her. She is. I've watched her work, and I'm like, damn. But I've had the coolest thing about it is like we're all semi close to here, so I've had 4 dogs in my backyard. We were and this is something that like if anyone has a dog and you're having issues, you know this, get around someone else with a dog and make them honor. And something like if you're having trouble with something, like they're like, I was like, hey, let's get back here. This ditch line was tall grass, and none of the dogs were wanting to push through it. And I was like, okay, make them all place. And I started making their mom go through it. Well, by God, the next time you cut one of them loose, it was like, nope, they didn't break for 1 second. They hit it harder than her, full speed. Like, nope, I'm going through it. And like, I showed them that, and they're like, okay, they're like, okay, now we understand. I was like, yeah, this is what you got to do. Sometimes you got to make them, you got to push them a little bit. But yeah, that's definitely I had the chocolate. The chocolate's my favorite. To answer your question.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. You can be wrong. I mean, everybody has their opinions.
Okay, I say that, but I don't have a red one. And Stacy Croker has a litter of red ones, and my wife would kill me if somehow we end up with a red lab. My son did just ask for a puppy the other day.
I love it. I love it. Obviously, I'm a yellow dog fan all the way.
I mean, is he yellow or red? What color do you consider that? Yellow?
He's yellow. I say he's yellow. He's a very dark yellow.
Okay.
Very dark yellow. He's a Colton Thompson dog, and I can remember asking Colton on one of our, I think it was on the first time that I interviewed him for Off the X. It was just me and him. And I asked him what his favorite color of lab was. And he said, well, there's only 2 colors. I said, what are you talking about? There's only 2 colors. He said, there's black and yellow. And I was like, well, what about chocolate? Black and yellow. I said, well, what about red? Black and yellow. He was very adamant. They're black and they're yellow. So I don't think he would appreciate me calling Owen a red dog,
Well,
but he's pretty dark.
Well,
but yeah, I call him old yellow dog all the time, and yeah, I don't think I'll have any other color. He's ruined me,
dude. The first one will. I mean, and the problem was every time I got the second and third, we had a kid at the same time, and I did not get to work with him. And I've got a buddy now that's not far away. I met through pheasant hunting and shooting some photos and videos for pheasant hunting, who's a dog trainer. And I got to get my youngest down there to him. And I've kind of looked at it. I'm pretty sure I'd take my second one back hunting right now, and she'd be jam up all day long. My dad takes her out in the yard, works with her, doesn't let her break. She's not going to be no field trial. She, at one point in time, knew hand signals. I don't know if she'd know them right now. That'd be a little questionable, but I could probably get them back in her. But the black one, she's just kind of, I've tried to let her mom train her more than me train her, and I guess I didn't get her in water fast enough, so she's a little hesitant on water. It's my problem right now. But like
I was worried about Owen with water. I was trying to go slower with him than I did my boykin Hank. We want to talk about him. And I remember taking Owen to the training facility, and Hudson, my youngest, was with me. So Owen just turned 4. So he would have probably been, so this would have been 3.5 years ago or so when we did this. And I told Hudson, like, hey, don't throw anything in the water. Like, let me do this. We got to ease him into it. We don't want him just we don't want him to be scared of water, you know. And it was probably October, so it was a little cool, but it wasn't cold. And we're walking down there, and I've got my bucket, and I've got a dog stand, and Hudson gets down there by the edge of the water, and Owen's down there with him. It's just a little boy and a dog puppy just playing, you know. Well, Hudson picks up a sweet gun ball. There it goes in the water. Before I can say anything, Owen is in the air. Boom! Right in the water, grabs that sweet gun ball, comes back, and I'm like, I guess we're done here. Like apparently he loves it, and he's been about it ever since. Ever since.
Yeah, that's how my yellow one. My parents, like, I mean, they own a farm and stuff, and they'll get over by one watering trough, and she can get in and out of it easy. And like before you even know it, she's like in the watering trough, swimming around in it, jumps back out, she'll run around for a little while, go back over and jump back in it, and it's just like, I'm like, man, that dog just, I mean, she's like a crackhead for it and loves it. And I only gave up on her because she didn't like picking up geese. And to be honest, I don't even shoot that many geese. So I guess I could have fixed that problem. I mean, but I was like, she just hated it. She hated the weight. She'd pick them up and be like, nah, I'm good. And I got
this too much work.
And I got mad on a hunt because I'd sent her and her mom, which is my chocolate, and every bird she would run to, she'd end up chasing over her mom over to it.
Huh.
And my mom and the mom dog would be like, okay, you have this one. So she'd go leave, and then the yellow one would just follow her. And I'm like, God damn it, we got geese walking everywhere now. Like, someone's got to start grabbing something. Like, it's just. But no, I took her pheasant hunting this year, and she did good pheasant hunting. She did
Well, good.
I took her and my young female pheasant hunting, and she did good. So, I mean, we're working it out. We're figuring it out. It's just I've had to go back and do more training than what I guess I got lucky with the first one.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But we've talked. We've jumped a bunch over on dogs, which I could sit here and talk freaking dogs for a long time. And okay, speaking of Colton, I haven't decided where my next pup will come from, whether it'll be Colton, Stacy Croker, or Pit Boss Waterfowl. I'm like torn between the three of. I'm afraid. Hopefully, Colton's still doing dogs when I get ready, because I think that's where I'd go. I've got a buddy that I've like told 2-3 times. I'm like, dude, like you need to look at, because you told me that's where yours come from. I was like, man. Every once in a while he'll post one, and I'm like, dude, here's your dog, here's your chance.
Yeah. So this is my pitch for I don't think you'd regret any of those. I think you'd be very happy with any of those. But I've been around plenty of Colton's dogs. I don't know how he does it. They're all the same temperament. Glorious. I mean, the best temperament dogs you could ask for. Every one of them that I've been around has been like that. Um, I I love it. Like this dog, when we go duck hunting, he's focused. He's there. He's not one that's like, you've got some dogs that we're business. You come over there when it's slow, try to pet them, and they're like, nope, we're business. We're looking for ducks. We're doing this. He's not like that. Like he's business, but you can still go over there and be like, I'm bored. Pet my dog, love on my dog, and he's all about it. You start shooting and stuff going down, he's focused. He does his job. He does what he's supposed to do. Thankfully, he's not a whiner. Hopefully, that never comes into play for him. He's like I said, he's 4 now. It hasn't been an issue yet. At home, he comes inside, and I mean, he just got up and moved a second ago, but all he did was just to a different spot to lay down. That's all he did. Now, I can say code words. I'm not going to say them right now because then he'll jump up. But like, if I say something about a bumper,
Yeah.
he's going to be ready to rock. He's going to get up and he's going to come over here and look at me like, we're going to do this. Let's go. Come on, let's rock. And we go outside and he's going to do it. He's going to be ready for that. We come inside, he's going to lay back down. I didn't do any of the training for that. Like I really didn't. Like I mean, you should train your dogs for that. You should train them. Like when we come inside, you're calm. When we go outside to train, you get excited. He was just wired for that. Just wired for that. I don't know how. I don't know what Colton puts in them dogs, but dude,
I think
Awesome.
I think it's just genetically there. I mean, I think he's just breeding the right way genetically. I mean, that's all mine. You let them come in the house, they're gonna lay down. They're done. They're
Yeah.
done. Like they'll like,
Yeah.
and if you get them outside, you start getting bumpers out. You know, like fun's kicking in. Like they're gonna be like, okay, let's kick it up in energy. But it's just, I don't know, because like I mean, my female, I got lucky and came from. I mean, we bought her on the way home. Like she was a guy had a good gun dog, and another buddy had a male. They were registered. All their health papers were there. They were just, it checked all the boxes. Then the price checked the box for me then,
Mm.
because I didn't really have a lot of money, and I was like, I'm thinking about like, hey, I couldn't even duck hunt yet. Didn't even know how to duck hunt. I'd been like 3 times. I was like, I'm gonna buy a dog.
Yeah.
Like this will make it enjoyable. And like I've said, what's made her the best is she learned with me how to hunt.
Mm.
So she spent
That's cool.
a lot of time sitting around watching us screw stuff up and watch birds leave. And I think that kind of helped make her better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she had to be steady, because like
I
a
like
lot of
that.
times we didn't do the job. She watched a goose honk 1,001 times flying around us and then leave. So like now, like she learned, like, okay, I guess we're here for that because you guys were highly interested in it. Nothing happened on the outside of it, but I mean, I'll never forget. Like I think her first goose was like banded. My buddy has the
Oh,
band. I mean, they're locals. Does it really count?
still,
I mean,
Owen hasn't picked up a banded bird yet. I hope he gets one. I really hope in his lifetime he gets one.
I
There
kind
have
of,
been 2 banded birds killed on a hunt that he's been on, but he hadn't picked up either one of them. So, I really hope at some point he gets to pick one up, even if a client or somebody else kills it, they can have it. But I will be having replica bands made of any band that he ever picks up.
I kind of feel bad at this point because I want to say she has like 5.
That's awesome. That's
She
awesome.
and like
He
3 of them are. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3, both of mine. 2, 3 geese. Oh, she might have like 6 or 7, like
There
4.
you go.
She should have one more. I screwed up one day. She was with me. I was kind of pissed at her. It was the day I was mad at the jerk rig, and we shot a pair, and this one sold out. My buddy goes, "Should I go look for that?" I was like, "Yeah." And like he took the boat and went and looked for it over on another piece of like dry ground. And I was like, probably should have sent the dog with him. Like that probably would have helped him. He didn't even know it was banded till he got back to the like put it on the boat and then got back over. And then the one in Ohio, I don't think she picked it up. I picked it up, and it immediately got claimed by somebody. Like the other guy, like I picked it up, and the guy like walking like 20 feet away from me. He's like, "I shot that one." I was like, "What the hell's the big deal?" And I looked down. I was like, "Oh shit, no, I don't see why you're claiming this one now. Here you go."
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, "It's your field. I'm not even trying to argue this one right now." I was like, I know my place. Been there,
Yeah,
done
that's
that.
yours. That's yours.
Yeah, I shot. One of mine came from a place I was hunting with friends, and like they kind of argued for like a couple seconds. They're like, "There's not a bird dead there." I was like, "There's a bird dead there. I shot it. You guys are shooting the one straight in front of us. I shot one straight up, and it fell behind us." And I sent her. She got it and brought it back, and I was like, "Bullshit!" And I was like, "Damn it, I'm gonna lose this freaking band." I was like, "Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it!" And he's like, my one buddy's like, "Nah, I keep it. It's yours." So that's awesome.
Yeah, well,
And
it is how else they going to argue that when they're like, "There's not one back there." It's like,
but
yeah, there
still,
is.
I still feel like at times there's, and I did actually screw this up. She probably has more because I don't know. The day we shot 40, she was there. She picked up a lot of geese, and we may or may not found bands while we were cleaning because we were just trying to
Yeah,
throw them in pals. I
yeah,
mean,
you're just rocking and rolling.
yeah,
Yeah. So we had one hunt where we jump shot a bunch of snow geese, and like I said, he hadn't picked up a band yet, and there was white geese laying everywhere. So I was like, "This is where it's coming from. 100%. This is where the band's coming from." So every one that he brought back, I both feet in my hands, looking like, "Nope, throw it to the side. Nope, throw it to the side." He didn't pick one up, and then as we were cleaning them, somebody found one that was banded, and I was like, "Dang, I know he didn't pick it up because I didn't see it."
Yeah, that's a
Maybe this year.
yeah. I've gotten lucky. I don't think the yellow dogs picked one up yet. Maybe this year. My dad's like, oh, you need a hunter. I actually keep trying to convince my dad he needs a squirrel hunter with my nephew. I'm like, dude, take your squirrel
That'd
hunter.
be cool.
I'm like, dude, take her hunting. I've thought about taking her rabbit hunt with my one buddy and just like keeping her healed up and then been like, they shoot a rabbit, just send her to fetch it and be like, oh, let's just see how.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's actually something they do in Wisconsin. It's just so thick when they shoot rabbits, they'll have like, because a lot of beagles won't retrieve, they'll track, but like some will bring it to you. But they'll use labs to actually retrieve after they shoot.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. But we've been going for like an hour and 15. And I don't want to keep you all night long. Although I know both of us will sit here and talk all night long. Let's jump over real quick to duck calls, which it's only 9:15 your time.
Yeah. So what do you want to know about duck calls?
You started a brand, Pond Creek Duck Calls. I bought 4 of those. By the way, love all 4 of them. One never gets hunted because actually, wait, time out. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bought 5 of your calls.
Oh my gosh. You hadn't bought all 5 from me though. You bought some from secondhand, didn't you?
No, I sold one secondhand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, by the way, it was one of the early ones too. It made me sick to my stomach to sell it. But dude, you say that, Devin Singleton tells me all the time, he's like, oh, it's no big to sell them on second market. I was like, dude, but like yours hurt me because it was an early one.
Yeah. I can write numbers on anything. I can make another number 1 if I wanted to.
And I mean, honestly, I almost had a 6th one. If we could have convinced somehow to get some wedding ones done from you, I'd have had a 6th. I'd have had a 6th.
Well, it's going to be hard to get one now because I'm really not making many. Time to make them is not there.
Yeah, so, so now you're telling me they're rare, they're more expensive. I probably shouldn't be hunting.
The last few people that have called and asked for a duck call, I've said that books are closed. So books are closed.
Like what slowed you up on making calls? If I may ask?
Yeah, no, you're good. So I'm going back to doing OT stuff because I got tired of working at home. My kids, my boys, as we were talking earlier, we'd gotten back from playing wiffle ball down the street. I have a 10-year-old that loves basketball. I've got a 6-year-old that loves baseball. And when you do those 2 sports, you're doing a sport pretty much year round. And the last thing that I wanted to do was be at home making a duck call and have a kid saying, hey, let's play basketball, or hey, let's play catch, and me say no. That was in my world like, this is stupid. Why would I do this to myself? I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I was making them too slow. It was causing too much of a headache. So I'm going back to what I was doing before. And right now I give a lot more family time. And I do have some orders that I'm trying to fill, but I'm going slow. I'm going at the pace that I want to go. And if you don't like it, you ain't got to pay for it. I'll give it to somebody else. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But nobody's had an issue with it. Everybody pretty well understands, like when I tell them, hey, I don't have the time. I'm going slow.
Dude, I love that. Actually, that makes me be more happy I own the calls I own now because, like I've said, I got 2 little boys, and dude, anyone who's like, I want to work from home, I want to stay at home, dude, it is not only just them, like, because I refuse, like, my job at one point in time, COVID hit, changed the freaking world.
Yeah.
I had the option to work from home. Dude, I refused to do it because I was like, I didn't feel right to my company. And you probably didn't feel right to yourself saying no to them, but then working on something of yours. But I think that at the end of that, you're like, I got to go with them. So like,
yeah.
If I worked from home, I was still sending my kids to my parents. So I'm like, what's the point of me taking them to my parents and then turning around driving back home and working by myself? Because I didn't feel right to my company to let them be around the house. And that's a take that I think there's no liberals that listen to this. And if they are, I've offended them somewhere already. That's the good old boy mindset that you owe it to your company, you owe it to your family kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Like if I work from home, dude, my boss straight knows that it's going to be a little rough that day because I mean, I'm going to get my stuff done and I'm going to make sure I get everything done for them. But like, it's to the point where like my OCD and everything is so high that like, the kid needs something, I'm going to do it. If the washer is done, I'm going to go switch it. If the yard needs cut, like that's going to bug me. Like, I'm like, I could be out there doing that. Like, why am I in here doing this? I'm
Yeah.
home. There's no reason. Like, there's so many distractions that you feel bad you're not doing that it literally makes working from home kind of to me like it's worse than working at a job to
Yeah.
me in my opinion.
People that can do it, kudos to you because you're a more organized person than me.
I don't think
I
they're
couldn't do it.
they're not more organized. They're worse people. That's what we say, Force. They're worse people.
I love it.
I'll tell you as
Terrible
much.
human beings.
They are. I work with some of them, and they still like complain and they want to work from home. I'm like, you're a piece of crap too, because I know I can call you at 10 o'clock and you're not going to answer your phone because you're off doing something else. I mean, I've had a little bit of bourbon for us. Real quick spill.
You're good.
Let's look at it this way. You worked a job. You got off at 4:30. COVID hits, and now somehow you got to get off at 3:30 or 3 so you can go pick your kids up from the bus. What the hell were they doing for 17 years when you were working till 4:30? Like, I'm like, what changed? Like, that should not have changed in your life. Like, you're cheating your company. I understand why you're doing it. I would be close to doing the same thing, but I mean, instead I send my kids to my parents' house because I'm like, hey, I owe it to my company. They're paying me X amount of dollars. They treat me right. I'm gonna put them first. I mean, and like it's a horrible thing. Like now with doing like media work on the side, I feel like freaking horrible. One of my biggest complaints with like wedding videos and wedding photography is, and it seems to be getting better. And I'll say this because I've seen some people who I know got married and they've gotten their photos and videos back fairly quick. And maybe the market is so saturated now that there's people aren't doing as many weddings and shit. But before, dude, it was like a 7-month, 8-month wait time to get your photos back and video.
Holy cow.
I do like a 45-day turnaround, and I feel, and it's rough because I feel bad. Like if my kids are wanting to do something, I'm like, they're like wanting to play Nerf guns or something. I'm like, my wife's like, you were going to edit. I'm like, man, but like they want to play. Like they're only going to be this big for so long. Like there's like right now, like my brother-in-law has got my kids hooked on going bear hunting, and I'm like, I'm ready to smack him upside the head.
Bear hunting. Okay.
It's running with dogs and buggies. Like it's not that cool. Like it's not like you're stand hunting for them in like Wisconsin or something. Like it's a very drinking sport. I'll put it that way.
I gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
I'm just gonna assume. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not there. I'm just gonna assume if there's coolers around and there's not Millers or probably Coors or Michelob's in them, I would be surprised. We'll just put it
I gotcha. Okay.
But I'm like, dude, we don't even own a buggy, and they're like, well, we can go with like Uncle Tim's or Jake's. I'm like, God. I'm like, damn it. Which, by the way, if you haven't priced a buggy, have you ever priced a buggy? You worked for a guide. You drove buggies, right, for them?
No, a 4-wheeler. He let me use a 4-wheeler. Their 4-wheeler.
Okay.
Our guide service, you provide your own machine, and I don't have one. And yes, I have looked at them, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, why? No,
Did you?
I can't. I don't want to.
You're a Toyota fan. Did you think about just going and buying like a Tacoma on the side? Because that's what I'd have done, like a cheap.
I mean, I have a Tacoma,
but
it's not 4-wheel drive. But this year I got lucky, and it was so dry that it really wasn't a big deal. But I'm worried, like, yeah, what happens when it's wet? And then, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully this year will be wet.
Yeah, I mean, and I say that, and I bring that up because the other day at work, like, I've like wanted us to get a side by side for a while, and like I don't want a fancy one. I just want one that like we could hop in. My parents live like 20 minutes away. We can. It's all back roads. We can side
Now,
by
see,
side
you could
there.
use it. I can't. Like if I had one, it would be strictly for duck season.
You can get it
And
road legal. You can get it.
max of 20 days a season is all I'm using it. So
You,
it's like, man, that's a lot of money to spend on something that's just going to sit there during the summer. Yeah, we might drive it up and down the street a couple times, but like, really, no.
I mean, you turkey hunt. You could take it turkey hunting.
I
I mean,
don't
any
think I don't think I would have any use for it though. The places that I go,
you can probably drive a truck
I
there.
wouldn't use it. I could
Yeah,
get there in my truck.
yeah. But they're like, just for the fun fact for people that haven't looked at them, they're like $35,000 to like $50,000. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, even the ones I'm looking at aren't even that expensive. They still feel expensive to me.
well, I mean, like if I'm gonna get one, like I want roll up windows, like I want it heated, cooled. Like, I mean, what's the point of buying one if it's not like,
Yeah, I would never, even in my wildest dreams, I wouldn't even think of one of
well,
those. It would be
the
nice. It would
the
be great,
the
but I
issue
don't
is
even think of one of those.
the issue is I see people, and this is the problem with me, and I feel like we're kind of alike in this mindset. I see people with them. I'm like, oh, okay, they have one, so they afforded it. Like, I can afford it. Then I look at the price of it, and I'm like, I make more money
Did they
doing.
afford it?
No, that's the key. They did not. I had a conversation with a lady that retired from our job, and I was like, we got talking about savings accounts and stuff, and I was telling her, I was like, man, I'm building a garage right now, and it's about to make me cry because I'm having to spend a little bit of money out of savings. I've saved all this money up for it, but I'm having to spend a little extra.
Yeah,
And I'm about to cry over it. And she goes, I'm proud to hear you say that. And I was like, well, I mean, I want enough money where if something happens, I lost my job, I have a little while before like we're in a bond.
yeah,
And that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people that don't live that way. And those are the people that are in side by sides. And I'm like looking at them like, how? Like, I made a mistake and I'm on boat number 4. So I've done my poor decision buying and I'm stuck with
yeah,
it at this point. Like, I'm like, it's there, it's staying. But like it's crazy to see that kind of like mindset, I guess. And that's like, but 4-wheelers aren't that expensive anymore. Those are affordable, somewhat. I think. I don't know. I haven't looked at one in a
yeah.
while.
But clients do not like riding on a four wheeler.
I
They
could
do not.
I could see that because I'm usually the one when we take a 4-wheeler driving it, and I know what everything looks like behind me when we get to where we're going. The few times I've
Now,
drove one.
again, it was a dry year. I did not have that issue. I did not have that issue. But yes, yeah, the throw in the mud, yes. But no, it's not comfortable to sit on the back of that thing when you're going through a rice field and it's mushy and you're bouncing around. And, it's not comfortable. It's not like sitting in a side by side that's got, front seats and back seats. And that's a whole lot nicer. And yes, when I'm out there, I'm wishing I had that. But for the other 300 days a year or more, I'm
Yeah,
glad I don't have one.
yeah, yeah. Let's because back on calls real quick because I have like an agenda and I've sucked at following it. I told you I would. Today we text and you were like, I've got a wiffle ball game, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to make an agenda for us, and it's just not. But so, do you believe? Because I want to get into the guiding real quick, so you can plug that. Because I mean, people need to come hunt with you.
Yeah.
To just learn how to blow a duck call. I think would be the cool thing to hunt with you. Uh, do you think like, I've talked to Devin about this and stuff, but I think guys need to blow as many duck calls and stuff as you can, and goose calls too, even to see
Mhm.
what fits you versus what, like, you know what I mean? Like, just because like RNTs, like everyone's blown an RNT, like, what's their big one? Meat hook. Do they have, no,
Rich and
that's
Tone is a daisy cutter or a short
daisy
barrel.
cutter. Yeah, daisy cutter. Everyone has the daisy cutter.
Yeah.
Just because your buddy over there sounds really good on it doesn't mean you can blow it.
Nope. Nope.
It is.
So yeah, so that if you're how would I do this? If I was telling somebody that's new what to do for duck calls, you need to yes, number one, you need to blow quite a few. Good thing is most stores and most big places they'll let you blow one and test one to see what it feels like. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't be thinking, oh, everybody's going to hear me and they're going to make fun of how I sound on the duck call. Quit. Don't worry about it. Don't. If you wouldn't go ask that person for advice on money, then why would you care what they think about how you blow a duck call? Think of it that way. It don't matter. Don't matter what they think.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Go below a duck call and see if you're somebody that cares how it feels or how it sounds. Because for me, I want the call to feel right. If I can't get the feeling that I want, the sound probably is not going to matter. So like a JJ Layers, I love the way a JJ Layers sounds on stage. Love it. But it does not feel right for me. I would never hunt my T1 because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Now, and these are just all, I'm going to name a bunch of calls, brands that you can go buy because you're probably not getting Pond Creek at this moment in time.
Yeah, don't buy that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secondhand.
Like if we go to the other side of the spectrum, which an RM CWF is my favorite calls that RM makes. It lacks for me the power that I want on stage. But the bottom end of that call is about the duckiest call probably out there. I will hunt an RMCWF before I will a JJ Layers, but on stage I'm blowing a JJ Layers before I'm blowing a RM because of how they feel in the scenarios. Um, so yeah, I would if I was somebody and I was looking at duck calls and trying to figure out what I want next. How do I want the call to feel? Then how do I want the call to sound? And different people like different things. Mike Anderson, what's his calls? Is it Anderson Championship calls? I think that's the name of his calls. Just came out. He is a world champion. I think he won in 2009, but he was a Rich and Toe guy. So his calls have a lot of influence from Rich and Tone Daisy Cutters, just as mine do. But he likes the crunch of the daisy cutter. So his calls, if you like a really crunchy, gnarly, raspy, just powerful sounding call, it gets low and it gets quiet and it gets soft and does all those things too. But its guts are that crunchy, raspy sound. If you like that, then his is a great way to go. If you like that smoother, nasally, whiny sound, you're an echo guy. Just go get an echo. Like that's what that is in my mind, that is where echo sits. If you want raspy, you're probably not picking up an echo. You know, that's where I'm at.
Dude, so you say that, and there's a call company that when you guys first started, I was trying to do work with and everything, and then we parted ways as far as me trying to do media with them because I wanted to do media. I wanted to produce content. I was hungry for, I just wanted to make something. Whether it
Yeah.
worked or not, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
I sent you the call, one of their calls. Y'all did a giveaway. I have no idea where we went to. Don't really care. I did a giveaway with one of their calls. But you saying that right there, because in my mind I was like, okay, they were similar to the Echo. I tried the hardest for the longest time to blow those calls. I even modified one of their calls because I asked you, like, hey, dude, what can I do this? Didn't work. Still didn't help me. We drilled an insert. Didn't help it. Didn't really change the sound. Screw it. I don't know who has it now. I sold all of them. I still have all their goose calls because they wanted to be a duck call. They still they're big duck call guys. I'm like, dude, you guys might I swear by their goose calls. I'm like, dude, these things are jam up. I learned to tune a goose call.
Nice.
Because of them, playing with their goose calls and stuff, tighten them up, loosen them up. A lot of my buddies are like, hey, dude, can you give me something here? I need a little adjustment, and I can do it. I can't. A duck call falls apart, I'm sending it to you. I don't even care if it is yours. It's coming back to you, and I'm like, hey, fix this. Or Will or you are fixing my duck calls. I even have extra reeds and everything in there. I will not touch a duck call. A goose call will touch. But you saying the Echo, those words about the Echo reminds me 100% of their calls. Their calls were very highly similar. I think the reeds were even echoes, to be honest. I'd almost guess the reeds.
Uh, a lot of your Mylar reeds come from Echo's shop. A 10 mil reed is a 10 mil reed almost until you really get in the nitty gritty of it. But
Yeah, well, yeah.
it's that's one of those finer things that you've got to be really in tune to realize that something's different.
Yeah, sometime I'm gonna come on Arkansas and we'll make a video and we'll talk. We'll get really fancy with it and we'll talk.
Yeah,
You can talk that stuff. When
yeah,
you say that, like we could spend 5 hours. I feel like if I ask you about reeds,
yeah.
and we're just not gonna do that tonight. But yeah, that like you talking that was a big thing, and like yeah, making them fit. Like I don't know why your call fit me. I still don't know. Have no idea. You asked me like one question, I gave it to you. It showed up and I freaking flat out love it. It's the cedar insert one.
don't
That
don't don't hide. I mean, the cedar is
that
that's a sneaky good material. Now, it's not one that you're going to mass produce and make a bunch of because yeah, it's going to crack somebody. That if you don't take care of it, it's going to crack. But my gosh, the sound that cedar has is ducky.
dude, I don't even know. I halfway tempted to want to run in there and grab all my lanyards because I don't even know what they all are. There's like cedar.
I don't know if I've got a cedar one in here or not.
Well, give me like 2 seconds. You look for a call. I'm gonna go grab my lanyards.
No, my cedar one's not in here. Well, you won't. I don't want none of you. You ugly dog. Yes, I know you hadn't had supper yet. No, my cedar one's not in here.
Okay, don't
I've
pack
got
it.
a bunch of duck calls over on the shelf, but my cedar one's not in here.
Uh, da, da, da. Oh shit, that doesn't have one here. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, now I know what that one was. Okay, now I know which ones are which. I'm like, I forgot what the one was. I was like, I don't even know what that one is. So
I don't
this,
even remember what all you got over there. So
uh, the green hedge,
green hedge.
I gave it to a buddy, and he won't take it hunting. He's like, dude, it's too pretty. So and like it's funny because I got in trouble for taking my original from you hunting by my wife.
Oh, really?
If that says anything about his calls, if you can buy them secondhand, trust me, a guy jumped on it when I sold it, and I was like, this is kind of weird. And he jumped on one of yours. It was Coca-Cola. But this is the cedar insert with I think it's Coca-Cola barrel.
Is it cocoa or walnut? If it's modeled after my hunting call, then it's a walnut barrel and it's a cedar insert.
I don't
I
know.
can't see it.
Yeah, it might be actually.
Is it light or is it heavy? If it's light, it's probably walnut.
Oh, it's light. Yeah, it's kind of a dark
It's probably
wood.
walnut.
Yeah, I honestly, actually, yes, it is walnut. I should have grabbed the
Yeah.
boxes.
It's probably modeled after mine. It's in my picture, and
So,
that's walnut barrel cedar insert.
dude, that call, they'll never leave this house. It'll never leave that lanyard. Like I will own it till it breaks, and then
We'll make you another one.
I'll beg you to make me another one. I'll be like, hey, so how many bottles of Gadwall do I need to send to you to get one of these made? Like you figure that out. And then
I think you've earned a discount at this point.
maybe we'll see. And then I have this one right here, which is one I
It
bought.
looks like curly maple and African blackwood.
Yes, it is. This is
It's
one
a cool
that,
combo too.
yes, I'll let you kind of pick this one out. It was like basically the idea was I built basically a lanyard that I could give, like when my kids get big enough, I can put a lanyard on them. Like, here, you can start blowing these. You know, they might not fit them. We'll buy them another lanyard and slowly fill out their calls. But I was like, I wanted to buy calls that I liked that they could start with because I'm like who knows? Like I said, who knows how long you were going to make calls? Like, who knows how long Devin Singleton's going to make calls? The KES goose calls, I put all those on there. Got the whistles on there for you. You know, I have like 7 different brands of whistles. But yeah, so it was that one, and then this is the all African blackwood one. That super big fan of. Honestly, it's this one and then the cedar insert one are my top 2.
Yeah.
And
they have 2 different tones too. That's 2 different tones there.
Dude, that's the thing, dude. It's crazy. Like Luckily, I can't trust my buddies. Like I know where all three of those calls are, and I know where all my singletons are because they would walk out of this house in about 5 seconds if my buddies had the chance. They would, and I don't blame them because I mean they're to me they fit so well, and those guys run. Man, every time I'm hunting about every hunt we're on, Will ends up with my Pine Creek and blows it a little bit. He's like, dude, that call is just. He goes, I don't even. He was the one who got me hooked on Singleton. So I mean, I kind of feel fair. I owed him a call to get him hooked on.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you to tangent a little bit here. I tell guys this all the time is does Nike make a good shoe? Yes. Everybody knows that Nike makes a good shoe. Do you wear one? Does a Nike shoe fit you? Maybe, maybe not. You know, maybe, maybe not. I don't wear Nike shoes, but who am I to say that Nike doesn't make a good shoe? It's the same thing with duck calls. Same exact thing with duck calls. If you blow a duck commander and you think, man, this is the duckiest sounding call that I can blow a duck commander. I've never blown one that fits me. I can make it sound okay, but it doesn't fit me. So, you just got to find the one that fits and
yeah.
then roll with it. Just roll with it. Um, the goal as a call maker is to make one that fits a lot of people because then you get a lot of people to buy them. That's the goal. Does that happen? Some guys have been able to make that happen. Some of them, maybe not. I like to think that a fair number of people that buy my call, it fits, but there's plenty that it doesn't.
I'll put it this way. I think I'm about the only one I've seen on the secondhand market, and it went fast. Um,
There's been quite a few actually lately, and I think that's because I haven't been
what
posting and making as many calls and everything else. But
but
I will get back to it at some point. But this point in my life right now, it's not on my radar to be making a bunch of calls right now.
and once again, I don't blame you, and I kind of support that, and I'm kind of glad. I'm glad to hear you're going to do it again, but I'm also glad to hear you're back to doing something that you
Yeah.
enjoy around the family and stuff. That's what matters.
There's a couple call designs that I would I'll feel bad if I don't make them. Like obviously, if I don't make a cut down, I'm gonna I'm gonna look back and regret that. So I will make a cut down at some point. It's just not it's not the time yet, and I want to make an upslope J frame duck call at some point too. It's just not the time yet. That one's probably closer than the cut down is, but at some point I'd like to have three call models, and once I have those three, then I'll feel like I've completed what I want to do as a call maker.
Dude, making calls is like the craziest thing ever because I followed some guys that make decoys. But dude, the
Mhm.
way you guys you hand make one and then turn a jig that then you can basically be able to mass
Yeah.
produce quicker and stuff. What was the hardest part about like when you went to go have the jig made? Because I mean, was it the fact that you were like, is this as good as it gets, or did like how many did you make and like tweak a little bit and then think I went too far this way and I need to go back. I got to start over.
I
And
probably went too quick on mine. I probably rushed getting the jig made, honestly. I've only had two jigs made. So I had one call that I got it to where I was like, I think that sounds pretty good. And I sent and I had the jig made and it was okay. And I think your first one obviously was off of that one. I don't know. I think you've gotten some off of my second jig.
all three of these are off your second jig. I wasn't going to say I
Okay.
didn't know if you advertised that, but
Yeah.
all three of these off your second
It,
jig. And
so the first jig, people had trouble with sticking the call, especially on the low end. So I was like, okay, well, I've got to fix that. So I went through a few calls and modified them farther and uh, got the walnut and cedar call that's in my pictures. Got that one, and I'm like, dude, this is a bang up duck call. So I sent that one in, and that's what my second jig was off of. And that I have had less issues with people sticking it, and I've been able to open up the exhaust a little bit more for a little more volume and, tweak those couple things, which is what I really wanted. In my opinion, I've got a great hunting call. It's not quite loud enough probably for the meat stage, but I wasn't building it for that. I, I, I don't care about making one for that. I want one that I can hunt, and I like it. I like my hunting call.
I mean, as cool as it is to like have, probably like a competition call out there. Um, at the end of the day, just from what I know about competition call from like guys who blew goose competition calls, because that's the ones I was around the most out here. Dude, they modified the crap of those. Those are not stock calls. They're all, and you know that. So it'd be way cooler to have one that I know you don't have this many out there yet, but 2,000 guys are hunting with versus 5 guys are not even 5, because let's be honest, 2 guys are blowing in the worlds. 2
Yeah.
in the worlds
No,
would be
I
cool, but like at the same time, 2,000 guys blowing them all
yeah.
across in front of a bunch of different clients, a bunch of their buddies. That would be the cool. I think that'd be the coolest thing ever. I mean, it's kind of like me. Like, as much as I like when I get a photo and something that gets used by someone, I'm like, damn, that's cool. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Like, it made somewhere something.
I It's
It,
cool to have people that have killed ducks with my call send me pictures of, you know, the ducks with the calls. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. That is really cool. I actually had a guy in Oklahoma that killed a uh I don't know how you say it, leucistic gadwall with my call. It's a lot of white on that gadwall. I was like, that's freaking cool looking. And if it was a mallard, you'd be like, oh, it's probably farm duck, which is fine. It'd still be a cool duck. But since it's a gadwall, it's kind of like pretty dang slick, pretty dang slick. And I would have posted it, but the picture that he sent me, he's holding the duck out and it's still alive. you know, it wasn't quite dead yet. And then he sent me a picture later on of it dead with the call, and I was like, well, he's kind of
it looks a
been
little
ran
rough.
over a couple times, but still, I was like, that's a really cool looking duck.
It's
Yeah. Not that
yeah.
my call did
Well,
anything other than just called it in, but
it
still, it was cool.
yeah. It's one of those things where look at it as yeah, you like sometimes like I think you all have talked about it, which I never even seen the thing that was big during turkey season, the dancing around turkeys. At like I don't know, it was something that was big on social media. It was very influential guys complaining about, or like, and I was like, I never even seen the videos to start with, so I was like, whatever. But at times, you really just want to reach through your phone. Social media is like the nightmare of like someone posting something. It's like, God dang it! Like, why can't you just use your brain and
Yeah.
send it in a group chat? I mean, and that like, dude, Tyler's my favorite about this. He's like, dude, no, he's like, his thing is like no pal pics till like February. And dude, it is. I'll give you an example. The Big Honker podcast. I mean, I'll say I love y'all's podcast. It's probably to me, it's like I like it better for like the hunting aspect. There's only certain ones of the Big Honker I can listen to, but like I had like a one somebody that's in their like podcast group like hit me up. They're like, hey, they're looking for someone from West Virginia, and I was like, don't look at me. I was like, I don't live in that state. And they're like, yeah, you do. And I was like, no, I don't. And they're like, yes, you do. I was like, well, I'm not talking on that podcast and like having my 5 buddies kick my ass the second it comes out about public land hunting. I was like, no. I was like, I was like, especially not in this state. I was like, that'd be
Yeah.
like, I might as well go ahead and just put out a post map and circle some holes in red on OnX, just drop some
Well,
waypoints.
I'm glad that you go that route instead of just selling them all out.
No, I mean, oh, hell no. There's a chance I don't make Arkansas next year just with us building this garage. And like my one buddy's already grinning ear to ear. He's like, let's go, because he doesn't go to Arkansas. And I'll tell a story on him. He like called me. It was our best day in Arkansas. We shot like 5 birds. It was our second morning there. The morning after we actually slept in a bed. The first morning we slept for 2 hours in our truck because we drove all night.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, It wasn't too bad. We got there at like 1 a.m. in the morning, slept till like 3:30. I got some old men told me that my mud motor is going to be outlawed, and in a nice way told me I was yeah, they were honestly not too bad about it. And I told them, I was like, dude, we were the first boat in line. They pulled up. I'm like, dude, you can go wherever you want to go. We're going to literally pull up, pull out of the way. We're literally setting boat 1 because we had nowhere else to sleep tonight other than in
Yeah.
that truck.
Yeah.
And like everyone, like us, all our buddies, like they drove to different ramps. We were like, we're just going to drive to different ramps. We're driving all night long. We're going to drive to ramp. We're going to sleep. By the way, my Tundra sucks sleeping in the back seat. I should have took a front seat. Didn't share, but they basically talked shit on my boat for like, I tried to be nice. I got out to pee and then tried to talk to them, and they kind of talked shit on my boat. It kind of made me feel bad, but it was funny. It was a funny interaction. I walked back up and get in the truck, and they're like, "What'd they have to say?" And I was like, "Well, my boat's a piece of shit." My woman goes, "Mud motor," and I was like, "Yep." It caught their eyes instantly, and I'm like, "I don't even drive it like that." I was like, I'm just terrified. I'm terrified of a water pump freezing and breaking so bad up here that that's the only reason why I own a mud motor.
Yeah.
To be honest, why I own a mud motor, it's not fast. They're slow. They're not fast. But if I run
They're
my
safer. They're safer. I think they're safer when you're going through those places because if you're in the woods, you've got to go slow with them. You're not cutting corners and doing stuff like what a tiller handle is going to do.
yeah.
You can't turn the way a tiller handle is going to.
Oh no,
You just can't.
I
Not in the woods.
owned a cuz outboard boat. Like I definitely drove it like I was a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
fresh with my driver's license, and I was like, I'm kind of a piece of shit when I drove it.
But if you're in a mud motor and you're ripping down the White River or something other, and you hit a roller log that you didn't know was there, you just go right over it.
Yes.
You got a tiller handle, it might be sitting in the boat with you, if it doesn't rip off.
Yep. I
Which
mean, it,
I think a mud motor's safer. Now, I like my outboard better,
it is. They are. I mean, they are
but
fodder. Well,
but
but I'll say this also, and it's not to defend mud motors, dude. The freaking bored out 2-strokes are just as loud as a freaking mud motor, man. The next, like, I once again have had just enough whiskey to like say this comment, dude. I want to punch people in the face when they're like, "Well, them mud motors are loud." I'm like, dude, have you heard a 2-stroke? Clarendon Boat Ramp. Everybody knows where Clarendon Boat Ramp
oh
is.
gosh,
Everybody knows where 7 Mile is. With my mud motor running, I can hear 2-strokes start and take off in 7 Mile. That is impossible. You should not hear an engine start from there over top
no,
of a mud motor. And I can hear them start and take off as people drive trucks and put in. And not only did they take off last year, there was no water. I putted up through there and slowly rolled over stuff and turned around the first day because I was like, I'm grinding my prop too much on bottom. I was too scared to go up through there, and those guys went farther than me. And I had a mud motor, and I was like, you guys are like,
whatever.
I'm like, dude, you guys can have this. I'm good. I'll go back. And I mean, we actually had better success. But back to where I was. Our first morning there, a buddy called me, and this is typical. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really want to go hunt, but you got to get up and go because you got to go. He calls me, and he's like, well, I'm at the spot. I go, yeah? And he goes, no one's here. And I'm like, well, that's good. And he goes, no, I was kind of hoping somebody would be here so I didn't have to hunt. And I was like, that. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, none of y'all are here. I'm all by myself. And he goes, and he's killed a lot of ducks by himself. I get a call back 15 minutes later. I've made poor decisions. There's birds everywhere. Oh my God, this is awful. And I was like, oh gosh. And he was like, I'm trying to throw decoys out. And like when the water was hitting, when the decoys would hit the water and they'd ripple, birds would dump in on top of him because they were just seeing water motion. And he was like,
Yeah.
he's like, I got set up, didn't see another bird. But he goes, I was throwing stuff out there and shooting light. I was like, why didn't you stop? He goes, I don't know. It's like, man.
I'm sleep deprived. Leave me alone.
And he's one of them who will like literally hunt a spot, and I love him to death. And I won't say his name just because people will know where we hunt. That he like I have FaceTime videos that I can send you that he should have his limit done, and he won't pull the trigger and be like, "Are we hunting here tomorrow?" And I'm like, dude, I'm kind of proud of you not doing this, but I also kind of feel bad at the moment because
Yeah.
you could be shooting birds left and right. I mean, they're landing
Yeah.
like 10 feet from him in a field.
Oh man.
And he's like, I'm just not going to do it. I just didn't know there were going to be this many birds here. And I'm like, dude, I was like, and like, I really want to tell him, dude, just start shooting. Because it never
Yeah.
works out. We show up the next day and it always gets south.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree. Like, back to the call thing, you have to get what fits you. Dude, blow your buddies' calls. I've blown.
Yeah.
That's how I found Singleton. I traded a Makers, one of Colton and them's Makers, whatever their makers cut down. I don't know which cut down it was.
They've had a few different variations of it. I don't know what they're
the original. It was one of the original ones.
The original was the maker's cut, and I like it. I've still got mine over there. I like it a lot.
Yeah, so I traded it for a Singleton LA. The Maker's cut wasn't even on my lanyard at the time. I was letting my brother-in-law use it. And I was like, hey, pass that call down here. And my buddy blew it. And he's like, blew the Singleton. I was like, man, I kind of like this call. And he goes, I'll trade you straight up. And I was like, okay. I took it off my brother-in-law's lanyard and passed him back down the drop. And he goes, where's the call? And I was like, I just traded it to Will. And he goes, what? And I was like, well, tough shit, bud. Like, it's gone. But dude, he now owns a Singleton LA. That's where we end up going to get all his wedding calls from. With Singleton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because we were going to go to you.
Oh, you can get it for a better price, and he's going to make them faster.
Yeah, Devin crushed it, man.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law was like, dude, are you going to hunt with yours? I'm like, no, man. I own like 7 LAs. I was like, that one can sit on my shelf. I did the other day make a trade for his Modelo's.
Oh, yeah.
That Modelo's X call. Just because I do love a good Modelo beer. And I was like, screwed around too long because he sells out so damn quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a way to make a trade for an Olt that he had in Bottomland.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I traded my Olt Bottomland for a Singleton.
Oh, wow.
Modelo. And I was like, it's on my shelf now. I've already had 2 buddies blow it, and they're like, I probably need to buy one of these. I'm like, dude, that's pretty good. Like the LA, it's kind of like I feel like it's the LA but better.
I like his LA cut a lot.
Dude, it's pretty legit.
Yeah.
I have 3 that have never been hunted. So dude, I can't thank you enough for doing this. We've been going for a while now. We tried to do this last fall. You got super busy with God and just life in general and hunting, and I don't blame you there because I wanted to hunt a ton, and I was. I think I hunted like 40 some days last year.
Oh, I'm so jealous, man. So jealous. I've still never even hit 30. I've hit 29 before, but I've never hit 30 days.
I gotta thank my wife. She kind of lets me basically peace out a bunch, a lot.
That's awesome.
And I don't know. Hopefully, I took the boys one time. Strangest, their first ever duck hunt will involve my good buddy. I let him drive the boat that day. I mean, to be honest, it was foggy in the high river.
Yeah.
2 mistakes I made. And I was like, hey, when I let him off trail, I was like, see this bank? Don't lose it. And he goes, I went around a log, and he ended up like a mile away. That's how bad it was. Oh my gosh. And like, what freaked me out for the story was I could hear a barge blowing its horn, and I'm like, it's blowing its horn because it sees him on radar, and it wants to know that he knows where it is. I'm like, dude, do you hear that noise? He's like, yeah, I'm going away from him. I'm like, well, that noise is closer to me than what you are, so there's a problem currently. Like, yeah. I was like, you went the wrong direction. He's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, you need to pull your phone out right now, open up any type of map that gives you a heading, and bring it up. I love this. Me and Adam got in an argument one day in my boat. This is my G3. We're yelling at each other, and we're good friends, and we yell at each other a lot. We played sports together. I have a state championship ring in baseball with him because of him, and a state run-up ring because of him.
Nice.
I played in basketball state tournaments because of him. Like, he is a freak athlete. And we were in a screaming match in my boat about directions in the fog. And I'm like, and since then, dude, I run Onyx, bring it up, and I'll run, dude. It takes 2 seconds in the fog to lose the bank. and you don't
Yeah.
realize it. And like my buddy learned that day, and I had my boys with me, and I had my one boy and my nephew, and I should have just had him. Like all he had to do was drive the trailer back, and he could have done that. Drive the trailer back up and just walk him over through the woods. And he's like, I just went around a limb. I'm like, yeah. And the second you were on that limb, you thought you turned back right. You never turned right. He's like, I could look at the back, and he goes, I do circles. I'm like, yeah, dude. Fog will make
It's
you
awful.
lose. It'll make you literally. And we didn't shoot a bird that day. The most interesting thing, we're on a WMA, and a rooster showed up. Don't know how that rooster found us on a riverbank. I was
He was
so
in danger. He was in danger.
I was so close to letting my nephew just smoke it because I was like, "Who's chickens in the middle of nowhere?"
And I mean, they taste pretty good. So,
You would you. I mean, that is one of your few. You eat what, chicken and steak? That's about it.
yeah,
That's
and
the joke.
burgers. Yep, pretty
Burgers.
much. That's what I live on.
Never. You ain't gonna venture out from that. Not gonna try. Which I don't blame you. I don't venture far. Sushi.
I mean,
Will you do
sorry.
sushi? Like I gotta ask that.
Oh, sushi?
Yeah.
Frick, no. I'll
Okay.
starve to death before I eat sushi.
Dude,
Ugh.
I got to figure out a way to get you to come up here, which you're going to guide this year, and we're getting ready to get to that. We'll just spit that out there because someone wants to hunt with you, which I recommend. I got one question about that, but yeah, we got to get you to come up here. Technically, dude, our season comes in before your November. Like our
It
November's already
does.
in. Yes,
It does.
and there's a holiday, but you're not a teacher. That's usually my selling point because it seems like I hang out with teachers and firefighters, and you're not one of those. You're one of the few people I talk to
Nope.
that's not a firefighter or a teacher. So it's kind of so. But yeah, you need to look sometime. We need to get you we're getting ready to build maybe a little outside house thing, like little like basically.
Have me a little shanty.
It, I've saved the money. It'd be like a pool house. We're gonna try to build to have like basically like a studio apartment
Yeah,
that we
that's
can
cool.
host people. And then I was like, well, dude, like wintertime, like any of my buddies that want to come hunt, like that's a place they can kind of like get away from the family. They don't have to be near my
Yep.
family. They can hang out there, like relax, kind of because like everyone wants to like get away from who you're hunting with when you're traveling. Trust me.
Some days,
Yeah.
yes. Some days, yes.
But yeah, man, we get that built, which might be like a year or two. You might have to come up in November, get Todd to come with you. You and him jump in a
Yep.
truck.
Yep.
Bring the dogs. I don't care. Bring the dogs.
Absolutely. The
Bring
dog, the dog, the dog has to go, or I'm not going.
dude. Amen. Amen to that. Like I would
Yeah.
almost guide just so my dog could hunt more. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like down for that. But yeah, come up and let's shoot some black ducks. We'll find
Okay.
one. I can find them in November. It'd be a
Can
little
you?
bit weird. Yeah, I can find them. I shot. Yeah, I have a spot for sure that I think we can go to and shoot black ducks.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to schedule it out. We'll have to schedule it out.
Yeah, we'll schedule that. But okay, so you're guiding. You're going to guide again this year, correct? You guide with
Just yep.
say the name because I it's close to a.
Yeah, DLW Outfitters in Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, and I've got my days are probably full already. I don't have many days. I think I gave him like 11 days, because it's a lot less than what last year was due to the fact that I didn't hunt with many friends last year, and there were some hunts that I missed with family that I was like, I don't know that I want to miss that again. And it's kind of like it's similar to the duck call thing, but not really. Like the duck call thing, I was starting to get annoyed and mad at, and I noticed the guiding thing early enough to be like, I don't want to get annoyed and I don't want to get mad at this because I like it. It's just the phase of life that I'm in. It just doesn't fit as well because I mean Hudson, my youngest today was talking about, man, I'm so ready to shoot a duck this year. He's never shot one. We told him he can't shoot one until he's 7. Well, he turns 7 this November, so that is going to be the main theme of this duck season is him shooting a duck. So I can't be like him saying, "Hey, are we going duck hunting this weekend?" and me say, "Well, no, I've got to go guide." That I'm not going to do that. So I've got a few dates that I'm guiding, and then I'm done with it. It's going to be the Hudson show until he kills his duck, and then it'll still probably be the kids are going to go a lot more this year than what they did last year. They went 2 or 3 times last year. I can see them probably going 6 to 8 times this year.
Yeah, that's something. Some point in time, I want to talk with you about. Like, not even on here, just like personally. Like, my oldest is 6. He's wanting to go, but like I don't think he'll like at the end be the real hunter in the group. Like I just don't know how much he's going to want to go hunt. He's the one dying to go bear hunting. The younger one, I'm pretty sure if I let him shoot something now, he'd pull the trigger. Like he'd be like, "Let's do it. Like let's start
Yeah.
shooting stuff." I'm trying to think. I was like 7, 8 when I shot my first deer. And that's kind of like what I'm trying to keep him on track of. Like we've taken him pheasant hunting and stuff, and he had a blast walking around picking up all the empty hauls. I told him, I was like, dude, you need to tell the guy that owns this place that you want like 25 cents a haul and you'll come out here every weekend, just pick them up.
Yep.
It was, it's something that like, I'm kind of like, I guess I don't like it for my dad. Like it was just weird. Like I grew up doing it versus like, it's a little, I don't know, man. Like, I guess it's like a little different now. Cause you know what I mean? Like when we were kids growing up, we're roughly the same age. I feel like, like you hunted a lot with your peepaw and stuff. Like you talk about him a lot on the podcast. Like I feel like my pawpaw was always around because he was retired. Well, now like my kids growing up, like my dad's like he's retired, but he still works a lot. He picks up a lot of side jobs. He's like it's hard to turn around and work when there's money.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's that age that we grew up in where we will grind it out and work. We'll make all the money we can. And that's kind of, I guess I'm not as good at like at some point in time, like you can say no to money and kind of.
Well, I guess I differ from you there because I'm like, if I can hunt, if the opportunity is there and I don't have to work, I'm going hunting.
Well, it's
I hate working. I hate it. It's terrible. It's awful. There's no such thing as a job for me that I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to go to work today. No, I made duck calls and quit doing it, and I love duck calls. There's not a job out there that I'm like, I'm excited to go to work today. It's just not there. But for the kids, the difference, like with my grandfather, people that I didn't start going hunting until I was 10 or 11. I shot my first duck when I was 11, and my oldest son right now is 10. He shot his first duck when he was 7, and that was completely just impromptu. There's a wad of ducks sitting right there. Do you want to try to shoot one? Sure. And he killed one and hurt himself. But it, I, I think the parents of us that took their kids a lot, I think that they took them because it was like, well, I'm hunting today, and I have nobody else to take care of this kid, so you're going. If you get cold, sorry. I think there's a lot more of that than what there is now. Um, my boys, if they have the opportunity to go and I ask them, do you want to go? If they say yes, then we're going to go. And I have to prepare myself mentally for like, this is not about shooting ducks. This
yeah,
is not about shooting ducks at all. This is about getting them out there, making sure they stay comfortable, and trying to show them some kind of a good time.
yeah.
Like that's really what it's about.
I, I think I've gotten lucky and I've got some pretty close friends that like, if I say, hey, I want to bring the boys. They're like, yeah, okay. They're going to be like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Something else I've like learned that's kind of the Arkansas way, which it took me a while to beat it into my buddies' heads, which is, sometimes like you take an extra boat, like it's no big deal. Like someone might have to leave early. It's no big deal. There's no reason I've had buddies be like, I need to leave. I'm like, dude, go ahead and come. Like you can slip out then, like it's not gonna change anything.
Yeah.
We might say 20.
If you've got a way to get yourself out, yeah, come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah. It's and that's kind of the cool thing with having, kids and stuff that I'm getting used to. And they're 6 and 3. So I mean, I did just buy a 410. I went with the Devin Singleton route because of your podcast, so my wife can yell at me a little bit. I bought the more expensive semi-automatic one, which letting my nephew, like, he got to shoot a pheasant with my 28 this year, my Benelli 28. And he struggled to shoot his like pump 20 gauge because it was so heavy
Yeah.
and stuff. And I'm like, dude, here, I would just load one shell in it. And I'm like, here, it's
Yeah.
single shot at that point. Like,
Yeah.
even his pump, I was only loading one. And like, the most proud thing he did on the pheasant hunt we took him on was he chose to not shoot. One time he's like, I just didn't feel safe. And I was like, dude, that makes me more happy whether you shoot something or
Yeah.
not. And like even my buddy who was like guiding that day was like praised him for. He's like, dude, that's like what we want to hear. Because
Yeah.
being a pheasant guide, I would never freaking do that on a preserve, dude. Screw that. I filmed that and produced that one time. Those guys have a lot of faith in guys who they do not know behind them with shotguns.
No.
I was like, dude, no thanks. I was behind all them with shotguns. I'm like, man, I have one of the coolest photos ever. I think I've posted it. It's of the guy that he's bent down looking up at a pheasant that's like hopped up, that's like 6 feet above his head. And I'm pretty sure they shot immediately after that photo was taken.
Oh gosh, Lord.
I mean, it's that blue sky, pull the trigger kind of ordeal. And I'm like, no thanks. But Owen's like, he's done with this. He's like, it's time.
I heard him like, I thought he growled, but I think he's like having a dream or something or another. And yeah.
Probably snoring. I don't blame him. I'll be snoring in like 20 minutes. So, but it's definitely something I want to talk with you about, whether we talk about it on a podcast or just personally and privately. I've talked to Ryan a little bit about it because he's got 2 young daughters and stuff. My kids, as they get more into it, like, like you said, like, I think our parents took us because they were going hunting. That's kind of why we went. I shot my first deer at like 6 with a muzzleloader like stuck under my arm against my dad's shin.
Yeah.
The second, and I'm a horrible shot with a rifle. I'm god awful. I actually won't even like really hunt with a rifle. I grew up archery hunting with my dad, and we hunted a ton because that's his passion, and it was kind of shitty. I've been lucky enough to get to hang out with some people that have shot in the worlds multiple times, in IBO worlds and different stuff.
Wow.
Recurve worlds. My dad actually qualified for the recurve worlds, and he upped his limbs from like 60 to 70 pounds, which
Dang.
was a horrible mistake, which I still say to today. I'd have a free PSE hanging in my garage for free if he wouldn't have done that. He disagrees, but I'm like, your friends have that now. Like you blew out your shoulder and pulled a muscle in your neck and didn't shoot at the worlds.
Yeah.
In recurve, and a lot of your friends that shot there, I still know guys who don't shoot no more who get Matthews bows sent to them every year for free. Like they just show up to their door and they have them for free. It's one of those weird things where like
I keep waiting for somebody to do that with me for guns. I want I want a gun for free.
That's not going to happen. The best, here's your best chance. I'll explain it to you. Go to a Delta or DU event and get lucky.
Yeah.
That's your best bet. And by lucky, I mean spend $300 and win one.
Yeah.
We were actually at a DU event. My buddy Jake just won the Rite DU Gun of the Year. We had made the decision that they had these 10 flags and they were down to 4. And I looked at him and they were all in the auction. I go, are we just going to do this? He goes, let's do it. And I was like, we're going to buy all 4 of these flags and we're going to win this damn thing. He bought the first one. The second one, a weird bidding thing happened where like 2 guys sitting side by side that were friends bid. And I'm like, what? I was staring at them like, why did you both just bid against each other? And they ended it. And I was like, shit. And then the other 2 went for like triple what I wanted to pay. And I was like, ugh. I like looked at him. I go, well, you got second place last year and didn't win the gun.
Yeah.
And this one table had 6 people in it and they all lost and he ended up winning. And it was like, I was like, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
But if we still haven't shot the gun yet, it's still like, I think he bought a choke tube for it the other day. But dude, he has the coolest Frankie. real quick,
Yeah.
and then we're going to get off here. I promise. He bought a Frankie used and was going to trade a buddy Benelli. A buddy was like, sending him a gun. He's like, hey, if you go buy this Frankie from Cabela's for $400, $500, he goes, I'll trade you my M2 Benelli for it because he didn't want it no more. My buddy bought it, shot the gun really, really well. The only issue with the gun is we can't get the choke tube out. Like, I mean, we have tried a lot. Like, he's taking it to a gunsmith because we can't get it out. And the guy's like, I can get it out. I'm like, can you? Like, we've done all of stick that thing in a freaking Cerakote oven and try to get it out. Like, we've soaked it in a lot of different things, kind of pried around on it some. I've bent some choke tube wrenches trying to get it out. Like, it doesn't budge. But he's going to get that one out, and I think he's going to keep it. This one, he's like, I kind of like it.
Okay.
But
find what fits.
Yeah, I mean, he like got it and like shot it really, really well. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I'd trade for that Benelli. Like, I shoot my Benellis really well, and that's why I keep buying Benellis.
I love my Benelli M2 20 gauge. Love it.
I hunt with one of those. I hunt with one of those M212, SBE 328, and then I have a Mossberg 410 because I couldn't afford the Benelli 410. It just wasn't in the price.
Understandable. Understandable.
I have shot the Ethos 28 though. Highly recommend it. I got to put 100 rounds through one night.
Really? That's nice.
Us breaking it in.
Yeah.
It is a smooth gun, but I cannot afford it either. So that's my buddy's.
Same.
I'm like, this gun's really, really. I got lucky on the SBE 328. Guy gave me like a really good price on it.
Nice. I mean, I'd like to have one of those at some point.
It's brand new. If I don't know how we could get you the bot up here. We'd have to like.
Tyler's got one, and it's awesome. I got to shoot it a couple weeks ago. We were shooting some skeet, and I got to shoot it. I was like, yeah, that's a fun gun to shoot.
Yeah, if you have connections for it, then
I don't.
I have a decent guy that sells them here, like brand new. But I don't know what he'd do about you being from another state. But I mean,
illegal stuff with guns never gets you in trouble.
I mean, he sells to Cabela's, so he's Cabela's. Yeah. He's a Cabela's dealer. He's the middleman from Benelli to Cabela's. So I mean, I'd be like, dude, like this is just someone coming from out of state that has found out you have these. So
yeah,
he's an ex-cop.
Well, you can buy it, and I'll buy it from you.
Deal. Dude, I'll say this much. This guy, like, people know who this guy is. I walked in his house, and he couldn't find the gun, and I understood why he couldn't find the gun. I bought two. He's
got boxes of them everywhere.
He had, if they weren't 500-600 guns in boxes in that basement.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, he's, like, probably one of the biggest arms dealer there is in this state. And I was like,
that's cool.
He deals for, like, all the state police in the state. I was like, holy shit. I was like, he was like, you want to buy any ammunition? I'm like, no, I think I'm good at the moment. But he was like, he had every type of ammunition you needed. I was like, damn.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah. But man, so you're guiding there. Sorry, rabbits. I'm not even like intoxicated. We just get off topic because you brought up the kids, so I'll blame that on you. So you gave him your dates. Do you think you're kind of booked already? Do you already have the same clients as last year? Do you know who you're guiding yet? Do you know if you have any open dates?
I don't know the answer to any of those.
Okay, so call
to be 100% honest with you, I don't know the answer to any of those, but I would say fairly confidently that they're probably already booked. You would know a lot closer. I would know a lot closer to time if he started posting like, "Hey, I have openings for these dates." Then I'd be like, "Oh, that might be one of mine." But at this point in time, especially the fact that they're earlier in the season and on the weekends, I would assume that they're probably already booked.
But
that's my assumption.
Basically, you can call the guy and ask. He's going to tell you if Forrest has an open date or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can absolutely call him and say, "Hey, I'm looking to hunt with Forrest. Does he have any more dates open? Yes or no?" And he would tell you yes or no.
And if you listen to Off the X, Barrett, who used to be on there, is that where he guides also?
Yes, it is.
Yep. So
Yes, it
you
is.
could hunt
And
with
he has
Barrett.
more dates than I do. So if you want to hunt with Barrett, ask for Barrett.
Yeah, he's more dedicated.
Yeah.
He loves
Yeah.
geese.
He's more dedicated to the guiding than I am. That's for sure.
He also, if you follow his Instagram, hates his job a little bit whenever he has to be underneath of a house. I seen the other day.
Man, he finds some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff.
Dude, yeah.
Definitely. You'd probably have more fun stories if you hunted with Barrett than if you hunted with me. If you hunt with me, I'm probably going to be really into the duck hunt more so than the storytelling. Not
Yeah.
that Barrett doesn't get into the duck hunt, but he's much better storyteller than I am.
Yeah. But we'll figure that out. Go ahead and plug off the X. We won't plug the duck call since you're not doing it as much. You can
Well, I mean, you can look up Pond Creek Duck
you
Calls
can get on the
on
book for
Instagram. That's me. That's my handle anyhow.
yeah, you gotta look
Is
it up.
Pond Creek Duck Calls, and then same thing with Off the X at Off the X podcast. We have not posted on Instagram a whole lot. We're all busy. One of the three of us, Matt, he had a baby just very recently. Second one for them. Tyler's in development season, so he's off doing, a lot of stuff all the time. And like I said earlier, I've got boys in sports and we're doing sports all the time. So, but there's 5 years worth of episodes if you've never listened to us that you can go through. There's plenty that you can listen to by the time this next one comes out, which I don't know if it's going to be this next Wednesday or the Wednesday after. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because y'all are about a once a month, about like I try to do roughly.
We attempt to be every other week, but we're not on that schedule right now.
Yeah, I tried that once. That's just awful. If you have a real life.
Every week is awful. Every other is doable, but you have to be disciplined with it.
I mean, you got to be getting paid, and I'll point this out because I don't know if do you listen to any other podcasts? Like I don't listen to music anymore unless my kids are in the car and they want to listen to music. I listen to podcasts.
I go back and forth. There's times that I listen to podcasts only, and there's times that I only listen to music. And right now I'm in a music phase. So
I'll say this: we'll end on this. When it comes to podcasts, something that like I've had conversation with guys, and like everyone whose logo has flashed up here in the top corner, I'm friends with him. I don't ask for anything from them. Literally, I love their products. That's how I'd rather support. I've tried to do the hunting industry thing when I was younger. It made me and my buddies hate each other. And I was like, never want to do this again. We would have been better off if we did it like the hunting public had it figured out. Just do it. Let the companies come to you. But I'd tell you one of the craziest things I've seen lately was the fact that Hidgen is it Hidgen? No.
Higdon?
Oh my gosh. My West Virginia tang just kind of
Higdon?
I don't even know what that was. It's cause I've said something one time bad about Bo Brooks. I deserve that.
That Jadwall you've been drinking's rough.
No, it's just my horrible accent. Trust me. It's just bad. They are now a sponsor of Big Honker. And I thought that
they are or they are not.
They are.
Okay.
So no longer a dive bomb. I thought that was a little interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. I felt like I could.
Now, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know anybody at Dive Bomb anymore. Like I knew Kyle and I knew Forrest.
And that's another thing. Everyone I knew at Dive Bomb's gone, other than the owners.
Yeah, I don't really know anybody there at Dive Bomb. Now they put out some cool stuff. Like some of the stuff that they've come out with recently, I'm like, that doesn't look like bad gear. But I know Brooks, Richard at Higdon, and I like him a lot. I respect and like him a lot. He is a duck hunter, waterfowler through and through. So yes, I like Higdon. I like their stuff. I've got a lot of Higdon decoys that I still use that are foam filled that I've won in contests because they support contests. And man, they make a dang good decoy.
Yeah, I haven't owned their decoys yet. That's one brand I haven't owned. I'm on the Heyday, whatever you want to call them.
Lifetime Heyday. I have half a dozen of those. I think it's half a dozen.
Yeah, I blame.
Yeah, and those only come out when I'm walking in, going a long way. That's the only time those come out for me. Otherwise, they hang in the attic. But if I'm boating in, I've probably got my Higdons as of right now.
dude,
There's
I did
I'm
them.
trying to work with Will and Ordek and see if I can get some of those for this year because I really want to try them out. Uh,
Oh,
and
dude, I'm so mad that his decoys. If his decoys would have come out already, I'd probably. Which we
I
won't even
really
get.
I
We
want to hunt over him in person, like I
I
really
do
do.
too.
And he's got a new. Uh, I don't know if I can say anything about it, so I'm
No,
not going to
it's
say
fine. It's
anything
fine. It's
too much
fine.
about it. But it makes movement on the water, and he sent me a video of him using it, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
I kind of have an
okay."
idea from the podcast you were on what it could theoretically be.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can do your due diligence and figure it out. But yeah, he sent me a video of him using it, and I was like,
but
that that's a lot of water moving.
they're not really shit. I did say something semi bad about Ordek. I didn't say something semi bad about Ordek. I said I was mad that they hadn't come out yet, and it was something. My camera just died, but it's fine. We're about
I
to
was
wrap
I was
up.
about to say I didn't know if that was yours or my phone because my
No,
phone's like at 10%. So
no, it's my camera died. I'm not even gonna hop up and fix it. We'll just roll with it. Actually, I can.
that'll work.
Uh, but yeah, it's I don't know. I did say something bad one time about Brooks. Is it Brooks? What's the guy's name? Uh, the guy.
Richard
No,
or
he's the
Bo Brooks?
Bo Brooks. He's like the best call. Like he's one of the best. Like he's flat out makes more animal noises, and I don't know who doesn't know how to make animal
Oh,
noise.
yeah. As far as talent on an animal call,
Yeah, that
hands
kid.
down,
I
Bo
did.
Brooks.
I just one time said I was disappointed in his video of Arkansas. Is all I said.
Oh, yeah.
You
That
don't.
you can go any direction that you want to go with that. I mean, it's not like he
No, you don't have to comment on it.
exaggerated anything.
No,
You know.
He didn't. It just there were two videos made from the same weekend at the same place, and they were each in the video. If you pay attention, they were both
Mm.
in each other's videos, and they just had a little different storyline to them. Is all I said.
Yeah.
One, yeah, it's whatever. I can text
I'm
it to you.
not. I mean, I like Bo. I've
I,
been around Bo a little bit. I
I,
think he knows who I am.
I
I will
mean,
say this: the one contest I got to compete against him one time, and I'm glad that I did. It was a cut down contest, and I ended up winning that contest. So the only time I've competed against Bo, I beat him. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully that record stays intact.
I will say he has changed the call to me. He's done more to improve youth in calling than a
Yes,
lot of people. Like that is my biggest
yes.
like. He needs
He's
like I don't know if there's an award out there for that, but like you know what I mean like I don't even know like what you give like an award like that, but he deserves something recognition for what he's done at NWTF, all these events, like all the kids he pushes through social media and stuff. He is.
yeah.
I'll give him that. I just hated one thing he did.
He's
It was a very minor thing.
he's human.
Yes.
He's a very positive guy. He's a very positive guy. The Like I said, I've only been around him a few times, and the few times that I've been around him, he's the same person, and I that's something that I really respect. It's hard for me to be the same person all the time around people because I go through so many ebbs and flows in one day that if you catch me at the right time, I'm happy, upbeat. We'll talk, we'll chit chat, we'll do everything. But if you catch me later in the day when I'm peopled out, I I could very easily come off as a rude, arrogant jerk. Very, very easily. So the guys like that, Jim Ronquest is a dang good example. The man seems anytime you meet him, seems to always be the same genuine person. That's not an easy thing to do.
No. No, that's that dude is yeah,
Devin
that
Singleton is another one. He's anytime I've been around him, he always seems to be the same upbeat, happy go lucky, friendly guy.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing like it's one of the things like it was at the time like I'll just let it go. But yeah, that's the thing like all those guys, him, Bo, Devin, like they have done so much for the outdoor industry like
You
through the youth. It's insane. Like it's
Yep.
like man, these guys like deserve. I don't know. It'd just be cool to see like some type of award from like a DU or a Delta go
Yeah.
towards these people that have done like a lot of the youth stuff. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't even know what they've really done. They've just like helped the youth like so much. Like
Mm.
they gave them like Bo like the turkey stuff, like running around at NWTF and doing like, giving your Beth like mouth gobble and all that, dude. Like makes me feel like a piece of crap, and I can't call turkeys when these kids. I'm like, these kids are insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's crazy.
Yep.
I'm intrigued to see them be a part of Big Honker, dude. I think it's like a crazy, crazy little fun move. It'll be
Yeah.
interested to see.
See how it goes.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I was like listening to an episode and I like heard that come across. And I was like, wait a second.
Excuse me.
But no, man, we've kind of plugged everything and then we get sidetracked because I love to talk about. I haven't got to talk hunting with no one because I haven't got to talk to Todd. I haven't got to talk to anyone. Me and Ryan talk, but like it's usually about guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you again for doing this. Make sure you're checking them out off the X, Concrete Duck Calls. Follow along because, dude, you post a lot of cool stuff throughout the year and stuff. People get to hear about Owen and how good he does this fall. He's gonna pick up a band this fall. Is what's gonna happen? He's gonna pick up a band this fall, and then next fall he'll come pick up a black duck. We'll make.
Oh man, that would wall hanger for sure,
Yeah, I mean I know a spot we shot 4 black ducks the other year in November. So yeah, we can just make that happen.
Man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yep, we've tried to make this happen for a little while, and then I've been completely lazy with weddings and swamped with that.
I haven't been very easy to schedule either, so I'll actually take 51% of that blame.
Nah, I'm just literally I've had a text between us like I just haven't sent it for like months. And I'm like,
no worries.
But man, thank you again for doing this, Forrest. Everybody needs to check you guys out. I love your podcast. You're the first podcast I ever found in the waterfowl industry.
Well, thank you. That actually means a whole lot. Really, it does.
I mean, I wish I could like find a way to make you guys paid so you could do as many as Big Honker does because that'd be freaking awesome. Just because the banter between you guys is amazing. I love when you get a little bourboned up and you get to have your fun. We get
those are probably the better ones. They really are. I can't lie.
Everyone needs to go listen to the one of Forrest and Steven. I don't know if
Bryce
and Bryce sitting around the fire.
That is the most requested second episode that we have not done yet. Is everybody's like, when are y'all going to do part 2? When are y'all going to do part 2? And I'm just like, just need to schedule it. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I don't remember what it was about, but it must have been good.
I thought for sure I'd get to meet Bryce at NWTF. I thought he might be with Todd and them, and he wasn't there. And I was like, dang it. And now he's probably going to be at DU. And well, I'm definitely not making Delta. There's a world where I could make Delta in Iowa, but somehow I got to convince my company that I need to go to visit one of our customers. They're in Des Moines, so they're right there in town where they're going to be. So I'm like, shit, that would work. But I'm like, I don't want to go to Iowa.
That's a long way.
I drove all the way to Madison, Wisconsin the other day. It was 8 hours. It's fine. Sometimes more than I do. Yeah. Dude, I'll get behind the wheel and just go. Here's the thing. I got made fun of the other night in front of our new big boss. I still have never been on a plane.
What?
So I can't make fun of you for being a little bit of a picky eater when I won't get on a plane. It's not that. Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure I won't get on a plane. Like I'm like I can drive everywhere. I don't need to get on a plane. Like I can drive myself there. Like I don't need to go anywhere out of the country. I mean, all 48 states touch each other. You can drive a vehicle to them. So what's the ordeal?
It's a good point.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I probably won't make DU this year. I'd like to make DU next year. I think that'd be cool. I know you
should. DU's a good show. The one in Memphis is a good show.
Yeah, I keep hoping Delta would come this way, but that just kept backfiring.
I want to say Kansas City is next year. I think I heard that.
Yeah, it's Des Moines and then Kansas City. Although Kansas City would be fun because I have friends there.
There you go.
Once again, though, it's literally halfway across the country.
True. Very true.
I almost went to see. I almost come to Baton Rouge. I like looked it up, and the flight was semi cheap, and I'd never been on a plane. I'm like, I wonder what this would be like. And then like someone explained to me my flight, and they're like, you do realize you're only going to be in Louisiana, because I did like a return, like a there and back. They're like, you do realize you're only going to be in Louisiana for 3 hours, right? I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you land here. I had like 17 hours of layovers in three days.
A, no way.
Yeah, I basically went like all around the country to get to Baton Rouge for 3 hours. So like that's why I don't fly. I could drive there in 15. So, but yeah, man, you all have a good summer, good 4th of July. I'm gonna try to get this episode out before the 4th while I'm traveling, but we'll see. And
sounds good.
And be safe. Don't blow off your fingers. Yeah, I mean, firecrackers are dangerous. It's that time of year.
Right.
It's that time of year. We start fireworks actually this weekend, Saturday.
Same.
And then we'll be in Michigan for the 4th, and they let off fireworks. Pretty much we'll get there on the 1st, and they'll let off fireworks pretty much every single night. So it's pretty cool. Kids love it.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, man. Thank you again, and I'll catch you soon, man.
Sounds good. Be safe.
All right, man. Later.
See ya.
Life Between the Volleys is brought to you by Hunt Proof, Gadwall Whiskey, Rixie Outdoors, Pattern Pros, Recall Dog Vest, Dirty Duck Coffee, Bluebird Waterfowl, and Winter Productions. Proud to run with the brands that keep us going, from the blonde to the edit and every mile in between.